Cellcast is recorded in front of a live streaming audience.
Hello and welcome to another episode of The Cellcast. Joining me today is a man who, well, it's been 6 years and he's still breaking the ice. Welcome, Jacob.
Yeah, you just gotta do that every once in a while. You gotta just start popping the whole enchilada, get the party started, and try to get the people warmed up and everything. And sometimes
Playing the wrong song for Get the Party Started. That's the other intro.
That's the other intro. Oh my gosh! But thank you. Why? Thank you. Let me introduce our co-host, a man who is, what's a good way to start a 6th anniversary? Oh yeah, let's get this party started. Welcome, Drew.
In that case,
Oh, no.
Where is it? I don't even see it on here.
Hit the button.
I know it's in here. I just don't even see it.
Oh my gosh.
I know it's here.
We're off to a ruckus start, aren't we, people?
I must have took it off for some reason.
Okay.
But anyway,
Yes.
yeah. Tonight we are celebrating our 6th year anniversary. If you can believe such a thing has happened.
Yes. I find it very astonishing that we've been doing this for 6 years and we haven't killed each other in the process.
In a way, we've been doing it for 6.5.
Yeah, we have been doing it for
Because
6
there
and a half.
was a long lead up that
There
y'all
was a
don't
lot
have.
of, there was a lot of, like you said, totally agree. Yeah.
Yeah, for those of y'all who don't know and have not heard this story, which that means you have to have missed both episodes of the Transformers the movie.
Because we've done it twice.
We've done it twice. Yeah, one day, Jacob posts on Facebook, "Hey, anybody interested in listening to an animated movie podcast?"
Yeah.
And I responded, "Not only would I be interested, if you need a co-host." Actually, I didn't say guest host. I was being humble.
Yeah. If
If you need a guest host, I'd be willing to come on.
Yeah, so-
next thing I know, I am the co-host.
the co-host of the show. And so we started doing planning for this show for about half a year before that. And so
Yeah.
we would have little meetings after church or something like that.
And I think we were both still a little iffy if this was something that was even going to work.
Exactly.
Until so I happened to notice that Fathom Events was doing, I think it was the 35th year anniversary or 40th?
I think it was the 40th, I believe.
Had to be the 40th
Yeah, it was the
anniversary
40th.
showing of the Transformers the movie. I had noticed it. I had brought it up to our Bible study group that we had on Sunday nights. Thinking maybe I would have more than just me and Jacob interested in seeing this. There was a couple people I was sure wouldn't. It just didn't happen. It ended up just being me and Jacob. So we go into town. We eat at, I think it was Freddy's.
We were at
Freddy's Steak Burgers. And then we went over into the movie theater and we watched this film. And then we came out to the truck to come home.
And we just started...
And we went off for about half an hour, back and forth.
The entire ride back to where we live.
And about 15 minutes into that ride, I thought, good night. We have to do this podcast now.
We realized what chemistry we had when it came to talking about films and talking about animation.
Yeah.
And we kind of realized we both have a love and passion for this subject matter.
It was one of those things where we were fairly certain we could do it, but we weren't 100%.
Right.
And then we were in that truck on the ride home going, oh, yeah, there ain't no worry about this.
This is click.
The real question is, are we going to kill each other after the credits go off?
That's so true.
There were a couple times.
Oh, yeah, there are other moments.
There at the beginning. I remember we were getting ready to do record our second episode.
Oh yeah, Tangled. Yeah,
And I at the time we were recording at Studio A, which was your apartment,
my old
apartment. And we had a kind of a set time of 6 o'clock, I think, to meet.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And then you had to go clean the church and forgot to tell me you were running late.
I did.
So
I
thankfully, I was still using a laptop at this point.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
I had walked over to your apartments and knocked on the door and going, "Where on earth is this goober?"
I totally forgot.
I walked back. Before I stopped at my truck. I got out my phone and said, hey, we recording tonight?
Oh yeah, I remember I was in the middle of cleaning something. Oh crap! I totally forgot. I'll be there in like 30 minutes.
It was no worries. It was no worries. We got it done, but there was a part in time. It's like, oh, is this the sign? Is this the sign that we're not supposed to be doing this? Thankfully, I was wrong.
Yeah, there have been moments where, because we decided to team up with my brother to do a podcast that lasted about a year. And I think that strained a lot. Be like,
I don't think it strained me and you a lot, other than just the amount of movie watching we were doing was literally killing us.
Yeah,
it felt like. And granted, we were going into COVID at the time.
Yeah, this was COVID
so
era.
We were already stressed just from being alive in 2020, much less. Now we're having to figure out how to watch 4 movies in a week because we got to record all 4 episodes for the month at the end of the week, along with our Cellcast episode, and then trying to get all that figured out. And then events occur. Won't get into it because we don't need to get into any of that mess.
Right.
But we ended up it finally got to a point where it's like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah, we just
I will
parted
admit
ways.
that was me.
Yeah,
I'm the one who finally threw in the towel. Mm-hmm. But yeah.
So if you are interested in what
go listen to Movie of the Week podcast.
Yeah, it's still out there.
I know your brother Jim has talked about bringing it back a couple of times with some other people, which is fine with us.
Right, totally fine.
Yeah, we're good with that. But
I think,
and admittedly, we have had him back on to do a sequel film to one we did on the show.
Yes, we did. That was a fun episode.
Yes, and and we're still here.
Yes,
6 years later.
Yeah, there's been moments where I be like, either I was running late or he was running late, and which is more like you just give each other grace, or be like, or to quote a Warner Brother, potty emergencies happen. Yeah. So those happen, and it'd be like it's having that common courtesy and grace with each other. It's like you realize we're both human. We both
we both make mistakes.
Yeah.
There have been times we've both had to be patient with each other.
Yes.
For one reason or another. But we've had some great moments on here too.
Agreed. And do not get me wrong.
Yeah. So before we get into more reminiscing.
Yes.
We do actually have a topic that we do every anniversary, and that is films that we are currently looking forward to. Though I may have... No, I don't have... I thought I had a TV show, but I forgot I don't have a TV show that I'm aware of. Hey, there is one show on right now. They've had 2 episodes released.
Yeah.
Have you looked at Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man?
I had the full intention of watching it this afternoon, but never got around to it.
I watched the first 2 episodes Wednesday night.
How are those?
Different.
Okay.
It is. You can tell that it's intended to start off as the Tom Holland era Spider-Man, but that era that we didn't get to see prior to Civil War.
Okay.
But then it immediately detours. And different events occur. So I'm not going to get too far into it. I will say they have...
So it's a what if in a way.
It's kind of a what if, but there's also like a lot more differences.
Oh, okay.
So that we've seen so far. I don't want to get too far into it because it is still airing and there might still be some people who have not watched it yet.
Of course.
Like you.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's an interesting... It's an interesting premise. The thing I like about it is that the art style is the 60s era comic books, the Chris Claremont art style.
I did notice
That's been the nice... I think... Not Chris Claremont.
No, it's not Claremont. Claremont was X-Men in the 80s.
No, this is Jack Kirby. And no, it's not Jack Kirby. It's Steve Ditko.
Steve Ditko.
Steve Ditko. Sorry, I just had to go through every Marvel artist
that was Steve
I could think of.
Yeah, because he did Spider-Man in the 70s.
Yeah, the original Spider-Man.
60s.
He's the original Spider-Man artist. It's based on that art style, but there's like definitely some upgrades, especially with some characters' ethnicities. But that actually doesn't bug me like you think it would. Like it might some people.
Right.
It's just you look at it and go, oh, that's different. I never pictured Norman and Harry Osborn as being African American, but somehow with that hairstyle that they had in those old 60s comic books, it fits.
Really?
Well, you remember Norman's hairstyle and that it was it was cornrows on a white man.
Yeah, agreed.
So it fits now.
I do get it. I think I saw like previews and promotions for that, or I saw a promo for it on Facebook.
Yeah,
I was like,
it's an interesting decision. It's not a bad decision.
No, doesn't bother me at all.
Like there are, I will say, having watched it, I'm still a little on it on the story that they're going, because I'm just not sure where we're going yet.
Right.
But am enjoying it, so I hadn't turned it off yet.
That's good.
I am planning on jumping back in this Wednesday, so there is that.
Oh, excellent.
So yeah, movies. Since I technically brought up the TV show,
yes,
you give us the first movie you're interested in.
Let's see. First movie I'm interested in. Oh my gosh. So there are two, I think one or two that I'm, because the way I rated these, I put stars on them for give my more of an indication. Okay, I'm interested in the movie. I'm not interested in the movie, like a 1 star. So I am I've got a bunch of 4s. One. No, I got 2 1 stars, which is, it's like, okay, know nothing about it. So 2 films that I know we're going to review. I know for a fact that's going to happen. I can see us doing a 3rd one. There again, it is not based on anything. It's based off a comic that's coming out.
Yeah.
And I would love to do that as a plus episode. And I think I know, be like, this guy would in a heartbeat. So the 2 that come to mind animation wise would be the live action Lilo and Stitch, because everybody knows I'm a huge fan of Stitch.
Stitch is back there on the wall. So
yes, my little blue friend, as my mother-in-law would call him. I'm looking forward to that, and obviously you have Zootopia 2. Yeah. Now I'm not the biggest fan of maybe Disney going in that route of just doing sequels and prequels and do something more original. I
still prefer original stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Much like I'm still not happy with the fact that we are dipping into the well to do live action versions of Disney classics.
Yeah,
especially Disney classics that are less than 20 years old.
Yeah, or
25 years old. Moana
last
year. I still haven't watched it yet, but that's 5. It's more than 5, but it's less than 10 years old.
Yeah,
it's like. It's almost like, did it just come out? All the actors could reprise their roles if they wanted to.
Literally.
I think they did.
Yeah, because Dwayne Johnson is playing his character.
Right. I don't think the Moana voice actress is, unfortunately.
No.
But still. I'm sorry, I don't remember names, and I didn't bring up cast lists when I was doing my research for this. Especially for a movie that wasn't on my list since it's already out.
Right. Yeah, that movie's did bank in the box office.
I just haven't gotten around to it yet. But I will say I am looking forward to Lilo and Stitch myself, because you do have Chris Sanderson doing the voice of Stitch, which is perfect. Right. From what I've seen, it looks good, but things could change. I don't expect like brilliance in these live action remakes. I'm expecting it's going to try to be not a replacement, but a supposition, basically, to the original film. And I can just kind of enjoy it. I can kind of enjoy it like I would enjoy a fan fiction.
Okay.
Strangely enough, that's how I think of it in my head.
Yeah. So, I think we went on that tangent of Moana, because Moana is great. I personally, I want to see what they did with Moana 2. I'm interested in what they're going to do with the live action. But what the film actually I was interested in was Zootopia 2.
Yeah.
Because I love Zootopia. Zootopia was a fun film.
Zootopia was a very fun film.
It was a fun film, had a great story, and I'm curious where they're going with it. Now, I know they're trying to push, like I said before, let's push sequels and prequels out until the Return of Christ or something like that. But the other one,
well, it ain't the Return of Roy. He's in chat.
Yeah, hi Roy.
Hi Retro.
No, but the one I'm very interested in is Superman.
I am interested in Superman.
Yeah,
I wasn't thinking of it in terms of an animated film.
No,
but that is actually what I am very much looking forward to seeing. Just to get this out of the way, because I know we have never discussed the DC extended universe.
No, we have not,
and any of its other connected films.
Yeah,
I can't even. I don't even know what the term is for those anymore. I don't hate that what those original Zack Snyder films.
Right.
I just don't enjoy them.
Okay, fair enough.
That's what it comes down to. I'm really hoping this film is closer to what the Superman is supposed to be, if that makes sense.
Okay, that makes sense.
Of course, bear in mind, all of DC always has the problem with me that I am comparing it to the Bruce Timm animated universe.
Of course, that is the hardest comparison to do.
Even Bruce Timm can't live up to what he was doing in the original universe. So.
Agreed. So, like, there's a few in here. I know there's one that I know you don't want to go see, but I think it be like I would willing to give it a chance, even though this movie was buried in the ground. The first shot it was
Snow White, isn't it?
Snow White.
So here's the thing. I don't want to see it and not the reasons you think. It's not a movie that looks like it would appeal to me.
Fair.
And if we're being honest, the original Snow White doesn't really appeal to me. For the historical bit, I'm willing to watch it, but it's like if you want to talk about movies that I'm just going to sit down and watch for my own entertainment, it's not going to be Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. I'm sorry.
That's fair. Be like, I don't know if my wife would be interested in doing that because I think if
we were going to watch this for a reaction episode, I would be down for that.
Okay.
But for my own entertainment, I'm going to say no.
Fair.
Francisco, I know you're in the chat, and I know how much you just love Disney. I am going to suggest that you go look up a YouTube channel called Chat Music. Or is it Chat Songs? Hang on.
Either or.
I think it's Chat Songs.
As he types away on his keyboard.
No, it was Chat Music.
Chat Music. Okay.
Yeah, Chat Music is the YouTube channel, and look up the Snow White comments songs.
Oh my gosh! Yes, I saw some of those.
You will appreciate it, Retro, because it is just it is just being a pain. It is digging Disney in a new hole, for lack of a better term. Jacob didn't know what to think about what I just said.
No, believe me, I've seen one of those.
Yeah.
And it's absolutely incredible what they do. I disagree with some of the slander they do, but I do find the content
it is
funny.
Entertaining.
It is entertaining,
and that's all I'm saying for most people. But I think Francisco will like it because it's just like, oh yeah, Disney sucks.
Yeah,
because they're ruining their own movies,
right? But there could be like I was listening to an episode, a YouTube channel this just before I came over here, and talking about Disney and talking about like how they want to cancel everything. It's like just give people a chance to correct the wrongs they have, or like Budweiser or like Disney. Be like, we all make mistakes. We all have a tendency of making bad decisions. Like should the either left or right crucify them because they've done something? Be like, allow them to make their errors and see where they go from it.
Here's just a wild idea. Let people live and love them when they get hurt.
Yeah.
How about that?
That'll work too.
So, back to movies.
Yes. Don't you love these tangents?
Okay, so I'm going to look up what I saw that looked interesting.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have a slew of
We
them.
don't have... I could not find an actual release date besides 2025.
Okay.
But it is supposed to come out this year. Mm-hmm. It's a movie called Hypergalactic.
I saw something
It is
with that.
loosely based on Journey to the West, which is what Dragon Ball's first arc was based off of.
Yeah.
I'll just read about it. A teenage girl alongside her younger brother in a not-so-distant future adventure. After liberating the protector of Earth, Okan hope that he can reunite them with their missing parents. Stars Adam Devine, Elsie Fisher, Sam Richardson, and J.K. Simmons.
Ooh.
So, I mean, there's already some good names on this.
Yeah.
I'm honestly curious about what this is going to be.
Yeah, I saw one where it was... hold on, give me a second. Oh, where was it? Oh yeah, there's a film coming out, or one I saw that was actually, that'd be like by the poster, it's okay. This is kind of it looks good. So there's one called Night at the Zoo Apocalypse.
Yeah.
That's coming out on March 7th. I think it's a French-English collaboration that's being dubbed over here in the States. Has a huge cast behind it. And I saw the trailer and I was like, wow, this looks good. This looks fun. It has this more of a style like a little kid's cartoon, but it's about zombies. It's about zoo animals who turn to zombies, and it's all just, confined within the zoo, which is like, okay, this sounds like a fun movie.
It also sounds like a very horrifying movie.
It does. Oh my gosh!
I don't want to see the zombie. I don't want to be anywhere.
Oh my gosh!
I don't want to be anywhere near the zombie elephants.
No, my gosh!
Another interesting one I saw in there is a movie called Wildwood.
Yeah. Oh my gosh! Yes.
Being made by Laika.
Yeah,
Studios.
Laika Studios. Oh my gosh! Yes.
It's the movie is about Prue McKeel and her classmate Curtis. They're drawn into a hidden magical forest after Prue's baby brother Mac is kidnapped by crows, led by a mysterious woman named Alexandra. Kind of sounds a little bit like Labyrinth.
It does sound like Labyrinth.
But yeah,
where's Jared?
Francisco, where is Jared?
Yeah, where's Jared?
It was Jareth, but anyway.
Yeah, Jareth. Sorry, Jareth.
I will talk about one movie I'm not looking forward to, but we'll probably see anyway.
What is that?
A Minecraft movie.
Oh my gosh. I've seen the trailers of this. I have no connection with Minecraft whatsoever.
So here's my thought. When I first heard they were making a Minecraft movie, what I was hoping for was something like the Lego movie. In other words, a movie that I can't imagine how you're going to make it, for one thing. And it turns out to be a fairly decent film because it's good writing, good characterization, and it still feels like, it's Lego. So I'm expecting something like that in Minecraft. I'm not sure from that trailer that came out if that's what this is going to be.
That is so true. That is so true.
So you've got Jason Momoa in this film playing... Well, if you're watching the trailer, he's the guy in the pink jacket.
He's not hard to spot. Big guy, long hair.
Aquaman in a pink jacket. You get the idea.
I'm so glad I did not drink that water. I spat it all over my mic.
The name of his character, I'm not kidding you, is Garrett the Garbage Man Garrison.
Okay, that's the name.
Yeah, that's a name.
That is a name.
But him and 3 other people find themselves struggling with ordinary problems when they are suddenly pulled through a mysterious portal into the overworld, a bizarre cubic wonderland that thrives on imagination. To get back home, they have to master the world and protect it from evil things like piglins and zombies too, while embarking on a magical quest with an unexpected expert crafter, Steve, played by Jack Black.
Of course.
Together, their adventure will challenge all 5 to be bold and to reconnect with the qualities that make each of them uniquely creative, the very skills they need to thrive back in the real world. So the fact that it's Jack Black and Jason Momoa kind of sounds like an interesting idea.
It does.
I'm just... when I see what they've done with the world, I'm a little iffy on that. Because... you could say stuff about, it's too realistic looking, and, I don't disagree with you. I think my bigger problem is the fact that even though they are doing Minecraft blocks, the Minecraft blocks aren't to scale, even with themselves. So that bugs me. Right. To a degree. Like I said, it could be good. It could be bad. I don't know. I just don't have a lot of hope, but I'm still going to go see it. It's just not one that's like, okay, I'm looking forward to it. Can't wait for it to come out. I'm not in a big hurry to watch it, but I'm still going to watch it. Yeah, because I think what was it last year? Like, what was the count of the movies we did reactions to? I think we were 2. Because of your busy schedule, primarily we only got 2, which was Sonic the Hedgehog 3 at the end of the year, and there was something else. It wasn't Turtles, because Turtles was 2023. I thought. There was something. Yeah, because I know we did a reaction. I just don't remember what. If you guys in the chat remember what other reaction movie we did, Transformers 1. Yeah, Transformers 1. That was the other one. Yeah, we did Transformers 1. Just gonna do a quick look through and make sure we're not missing anything. I don't think we are. missing any other reactions. There are no other reactions in here. So yeah, we
Wow.
only did the 2.
So it's kind of funny to be like he's scrolling, be like, all I see is the cover art, and I'm like, wow, some of that is. I think to me as an artist, is like, wow, that's really good. And others is like, ugh, what the world was I thinking when I made that?
Or that one for me. That's just how it goes sometimes.
I agree. And then
we'll get more into art here in a minute.
We'll get there in a little bit.
Yeah.
But so another one I want to bring up is the live action How to Train Your Dragon.
I am interested in that too. I kind of am annoyed that DreamWorks is deciding that the Disney live action remake is a good idea, even though that may not be what the idea is.
Yeah, just
It could be good.
it could.
It has a lot of good names on it.
Agreed. I am more be like just I know they're doing a Shrek 5. They're doing a Shrek 5. Either doing a Shrek 5 or they're doing a reboot of that. But please do not, by the grace of God, do not do a live action Shrek movie. Yes,
They did worse than that already.
What is that?
Shrek the Musical.
Oh, I've seen that.
The Broadway musical.
I've seen that.
And it has been released on video.
Oh my
So
word.
technically, we do have a live action Shrek movie.
Well, it'd be like if our audience would like us to watch the Broadway version of Shrek the Musical, we might do it.
There are still plus SoCast Plus, yes, SoCast Plus movies slots,
Yes,
but that's
there.
not what I was referring to.
Yes, I know.
Patron picks.
Patron picks.
There are
yes.
still patron
Within
picks slots.
reason.
We've only had one person pick up so far.
Yeah,
So y'all give us money, and we'll talk.
it'd be appreciated.
We do always appreciate every dollar y'all send us.
All right, so another film. If I'm not interrupting,
go ahead.
Another film. If I pronounce this right, Elio.
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 It's Elio.
Yeah, Elio. That's coming out on June 13th. It's Elio, a underdog with an overactive imagination, finds himself. Oh, I love it when I just I see a word and I go blank. I know how to read, people. I honestly know how to read. Inadvertently beamed up to the Communiverse, a interplanetary organization with representatives from galaxies far and wide, mistakenly identified as Earth's ambassador for the rest of the universe. He starts to form new bonds with egocentric aliens while discovering who he's been truly meant to be. It sounds interesting. This is a Pixar film, and Pixar films is always good. Be like, you can always have a little hit and miss, whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm interested. Be like, I think we should do a reaction to it just to see what it's like. But nah. Yes. But yeah. Yeah, I think most of these would be like, not all of them. Not all of them, because that would just build more schedules we don't have. More time we do not have.
If there's one thing we are both well aware of now that we are both on either side of the year of the age of 40, we don't have any more time than we already fill.
Yes.
And you have less time than I do.
Yes. I have to run it past another person. I can't just go do solo things. Which
I'm thinking one day I'm just gonna have to start asking Ashley, hey, can Jacob can do this? Can Jacob do this?
Get a permission slip?
That would be funny. For me, it would be funny.
Yes. Oh my gosh. So there's do you throw in
I actually don't have any more films on my list.
Oh, really?
It's not that there's not
right
stuff I'm looking forward to. It's just, okay, if we're talking about non-animated ones,
okay,
we'll throw this out, and this is coming up fairly quickly.
Okay.
Very quickly, we have Captain America: Brave New World.
Brave New World's coming out. That's right.
With Harrison Ford replacing John Hurt as Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross.
Yeah, and Anthony Mackie is Captain America.
I am interested in that film. I'm still a little worrisome when it comes to Marvel's recent output. Not that you would know that from my T-shirt right now, but Gator Loki is awesome. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, I am looking forward to that one. It's one I'm interested in, and I don't think that the film's coming out this year. I think it's 2026 or maybe later. But whenever Spider-Verse 3 comes out,
okay,
I don't think that's this year.
No, it hasn't been slated for this year. Not that I know of.
But like you mentioned, Superman Rising?
No, it's just Superman.
Just Superman, sorry.
Just Superman.
And then there's... I'm sure there's other things that just aren't crossing my mind right now. I honestly haven't looked at the big movie list this year.
That's
to
fair.
see what's coming, just because I hadn't had time to think much past what I'm currently working on.
Right.
So, yeah. I'm sure there's something coming.
All right, so I do have a few. There's a Smurf movie coming out July 18th from Nickelodeon and Paramount. I don't know about that one. I gave that one... What did I give that one? I never gave it a star, so it's probably like a star, 2 stars, whatever. It's not one of those high on my radar, we have to watch this film.
It's the Smurfs. They don't really have that good a reputation
Track record
in
movie-wise.
films. So, and really outside of that original cartoon and the comic book, I don't know of anything that's got a general universal praise. So, when it comes to the Smurfs,
Right. So moving a little bit forward, obviously you have the Snow White film coming out. They're going to be, I think personally, be like, I think I've said this before, and Drew can emulate it just as clear as I can. Don't judge a film before you go watch it.
right.
Be like, and if you have people that you trust that say, hey, this is a good film, this is a bad film, but don't trust everybody in the internet.
We're not saying go to a movie you think you're not going to enjoy.
Right.
That there is, if the trailer is not going to get you, there's not much. There's a good chance the movie probably may not either. Not saying that there hadn't been plenty of movies I thought were going to be hot garbage and I ended up enjoying them.
Right.
There have been plenty of those.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, go if you have any interest, go watch the film. Make your own judgments. Do not prejudge the film if in that way. And just enjoy whatever the film is for what it is.
Exactly.
And then afterwards, make your determination. Was it a good film or was it a bad film?
Yeah. Because
Or more accurately, was it a film you enjoyed or was it not a film you enjoyed?
Exactly. Because there have been so many films like that just be like, they get so hammered before they even hit the theaters.
Don't even have a chance.
Yeah, be like, there's no earthly way it's going to make any money because people have prejudged the film because either based on some kind of biases towards this or political whatever. Just go watch the film, enjoy it or don't enjoy it.
Granted, when it comes to Snow White, the comments of the actress playing Snow White
did not help that film whatsoever.
So, yeah.
But you never know. Be like,
it could be better than it looks. And I'm not saying the live action Disney movies have all been hits.
No.
I would say actually it's about half and half, and even the good ones are kind of just okay. But if you're interested at all in watching the film, go watch it.
Yeah. All right. So the SpongeBob movie, Search for SpongeBob, that is coming out.
Search for SquarePants.
Search for SquarePants. I'm sorry.
Which now makes me wonder: is SpongeBob going to be running around naked throughout the whole film?
Oh, please no.
I mean, it's not the first time.
It's a cartoon. You never
He's done it. He's done it in the show before.
Really? Huh. They're gonna. I've never watched SpongeBob, so
I need to introduce you to an episode.
Oh no.
The time SpongeBob went and split his pants.
Oh. Fun.
It's an early episode.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that is coming out on December 19th, and then you have The Bad Guys 2.
Yes.
A friend of the podcast, Heather, pointed me to this, and it's like, oh, okay, because I personally enjoyed The Bad Guys when that came out. That was a fun movie, and I thought it was a very good present.
We both enjoyed that film.
We did really enjoy it. Obviously, like I said before, Night of the Zoopocalypse. Let's see. moving forward, there is a film coming to Netflix this year called Puko. We know virtually nothing about the film. We have one or two promotional shots of it. It looks good. We have no idea what the film's about, but it looks good.
Why am I worried just by the name Puko that it's connected to that Winnie the Pooh slasher film?
No. It has nothing to do with...
Because apparently they are making a cinematic universe
They
of those
are
films?
doing... Yes, they are.
Called the Pooniverse?
Yeah, Pooniverse. Why? Who knows? I'm not a horror film. It's like, hey, you have open copyright. Hey, why don't you do this? Okay. They did one with Steamboat Willie.
Steamboat Willie. That's officially all they can call him, is Steamboat Willie.
That's the funny part. I saw still from that and be like, oh dear Lord, this looks bad.
And technically they can start making Popeye films now.
They can. That's going to be a bad horror film.
I am what I am, and that's all that I am, and you ain't going to be nothing.
You know, that reminded me, because I remember as a kid watching the
2 Popeyes coming for you.
I remember watching the 1980s Popeye with
Robin
Williams. I remember enjoying that movie as a kid. I never watched it as an adult. Huh?
BB Newirth as Olive Oil.
Huh?
Frasier, his wife. Mary.
Oh.
Her.
Got it. Okay, got it.
Her actual name is BB Newirth.
Alrighty then. All right.
Somebody needs an education in classic television.
Apparently, I'm behind the times, and I don't watch enough television.
We've actually known this for a while.
I probably have.
Your wife has known this for a while.
She has.
She's threatened to make you watch some Andy Griffith show.
I'd be like,
and some Green Acres.
We've already watched the Andy Griffith show. It was very enjoyable. It was very enjoyable.
I bet it wasn't in color either, because the color episodes are bad.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Be like, it was very entertaining. Thank you. So moving forward a little bit, there is, oddly enough, there's an Animal Farm movie coming out.
Because of course there is.
Of course. Obviously, it's directly inspired by
Animal Farm.
Animal Farm by George Orwell. It is
the same man who wrote 1984.
Yeah, that's
heartwarming, pleasant story.
My gosh.
Yeah, Animal Farm is not a nice
it's not.
anthropomorphic animal show.
But what the
it's not Zootopia. It's Zootopia in like
the apocalypse. Yeah, so the synopsis for this
in the capitalist apocalypse.
Yes, there is no real synopsis. It just kind of give you a little bit here and there of the movie. Animal Farm is an upcoming animated fantasy comedy drama. That's what they're calling it. Produced and directed by Andy Serkis. With the script by
Andy Serkis being involved is like the one thing that makes me think it might be okay.
The script is written by Nicholas Stroller. Let's see. Obviously, it's based off the George Orwell, and currently it's in production. But we know it's supposed to come out in 2025. It may get pushed back, maybe forward in 2026. We don't know. We'll see. In a certain segment, we will bring back.
Perhaps.
Right about. And the one you mentioned, there's a Wildwood coming out. It's still in production, and it's Leica. So of course,
we're both
interested. Jump on that.
It's like, it's Leica. Yeah, I'll watch it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's still some Leica stuff I need to go watch that I still haven't done. So, but
all right. So
I really didn't discover them till Kubo.
Yeah, that's true. All right. So there's the Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tune film coming to theaters, which I'm like, yes, bring the rain.
Yes, and the next thing I want to hear is that Coyote versus Acme is coming.
Yes,
release.
Please. You release Urkel Saves Christmas.
Yes,
but you won't release
a courtroom drama with a coyote going up against the Acme Corporation.
That's money, people.
Money. You have to really do a horrible job with the film for that to not be gold.
Just release the film, Warner Brothers. I know you have it. You want to make money, but C'est la vie. Mm-hmm. Somebody will eventually release it. Somebody might even eventually release the Batgirl.
Yes, I remember now what I was going to say. Zaslav! Release the film. I'm sorry, I actually had to Google who the guy's name was.
T-shirt, anybody? All right, so moving forward from there, we have David, which is produced by Slingshot Productions and Sunset Productions through Angel Studios.
Yes.
And that should be coming out in theaters. Should be coming out, because you don't know.
Yeah, you never know.
Never know with some of these films. November 21st. Obviously, if you know King David, this is kind of the story that kind of leads him up to it.
Yeah.
But we don't know if it's actually biblically accurate or not. But it looks like a fun film. They've been trying to work on this for 4 years.
With Angel Studios behind it, strangely enough, that gives me like hope, because
they've been putting out good stuff lately.
I still need to watch The Chosen, admittedly.
Yeah.
But everything I'm hearing about that, and the fact that nobody complains about any inaccuracies, means that even if there are inaccuracies, people are they're so minor, no one cares.
Yeah.
So
I see every once in a while someone will like post something because this character said this, is like, nope, that's not the way it went. It's like,
there is a creative licensing that has to happen.
People.
So you have 2 hours, you have an hour per episode. You're not going to get everyone going to be like right on there and it still be a good written story.
Okay, so the last two, I know because Drew loves these movies. Wallace and Gromit.
Admittedly, it is out already. I have not gotten around to watching it, but part of the reason is it's been so long since I've seen any Wallace and Gromit besides Curse of the Were-Rabbit that I want to go back and watch the others, and I just haven't gotten around to doing it. And plus, a part of me is thinking that would be a cool idea of some, because these are not long things,
right?
But that would be a cool idea to kind of do during the TAS segment at some point.
Okay.
Maybe we could probably do like a double feature of those.
Feature. Okay.
Well, I'm talking in the movie.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
In the movie segment.
Gotcha.
But I'd have to look into it. 'Cause I could be wrong about the length of this newest one too. So.
Okay. So the final one there again, this is also Angel Studios. What was it? The King of Kings. Through Angel Studios, April 11th. Apparently, it is loosely an adaptation of Charles Dickens' short story, The Life of the King. The King of Kings, using the author and his son, Walter, as primary characters to tell the story of Jesus Christ. Voice cast boasts A-listers of Kenneth Brennan, Oscar Isaacs, Ben Kingsley, and Mark Hamill.
Interesting.
Yes. So
that actually sounds like a good cast. Also,
it does. It does. Be like, I saw the trailer. It's like, okay, that doesn't look bad. It doesn't look terrible. Granted, be like, we have reviewed absolutely despicable movies before. Be like, this looks pretty good. Be like, Angel Studios puts up pretty good stuff.
Who knows? Maybe it'll work out where we can do some of these in the future.
Yeah, exactly.
That's always the hope when we do these lists.
Yeah, exactly. And also, we didn't do a review of this, but we went and saw a Christmas. What was it? In December, we went and saw it with friends.
Christmas movie we saw with friends
at Studio Movie Grill. Christmas movie through Angel Studios. It's based on a book.
Oh. We watched it separately.
Yes.
You watched it there. I actually watched it at Times Square like 2 weeks before, prior to that point.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
And that was the best Christmas pageant ever.
Because that's a good movie.
Yeah. So I guess Angel Studios is one of those. It's like, okay, yeah, I disagree with some of their earlier business practices before they started actually making movies. And so that
highly illegal.
That does put a bad taste in my mouth,
right?
But at least what they're putting out is being. No one's saying it's being done poorly, so which is better than some of the stuff, the Christian movies that we've had come out of Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
But
God's not dead. Now, I know that's like for some people.
You do know Wendy is in our
Oh,
chat.
yeah, I'm aware, and my wife is too.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess they both really enjoy those films.
I said nothing. Attack him.
Hey!
I have no opinion. I am Switzerland.
Traitor! Literally, that's what Switzerland was.
I'm just saying I'm neutral.
Neutral. Switzerland wasn't neutral. I'm sorry, they were not.
I'm
During World War
aware.
II.
I'm aware. It is called not an innuendo. What is the word I'm looking for? Simile.
A simile, yeah.
Anyway,
Like not a simulation, but simile, yeah. All right, so we've gone through that. Now, if our audience knows of maybe some
Yes.
other obscure film, just type in the chat and be like, "Oh, I didn't think about that movie." Mm-hmm. All right, so
talking about, we've now finished the films.
Yes.
That are coming to theaters. Looking forward to. How about some films we actually know we're going to be watching this year because they're on our schedule to review?
Yes.
So I'm going to throw this one out. It is actually coming up in 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. And calling it a movie is a bit of a stretch because technically it was a special.
Oh, yeah.
And technically it was on television.
That's right. Yeah.
And the episodes are like an hour long, so it might as well be. Yeah, we've had shorter show up on here. And it's the last Muppet thing that Jim Henson performed Kermit the Frog and all his other characters on before he passed away. The Muppets at Walt Disney World. And we are watching it on YouTube because it's Disney Plus doesn't have it for some reason.
Weird, right?
It doesn't make any sense. I think it's because it was technically an NBC show, but for some reason.
Oh, okay.
Which I still don't understand. But it is the last time that Jim Henson performed Kermit and Rolf, and I'm trying to think of some of the other people he plays in there. But basically his normal Muppet characters before, unfortunately, he passed away. In fact, I think this came out like right after he passed away.
Yeah, I heard that.
It was actually made when Jim Henson was getting ready to sell the Muppet, not just the Muppets, the entire enchilada, the whole Jim Henson Studios to Walt Disney. And because it was basically a done deal. And then when Jim Henson passed, his kids decided they were going to hold on to everything for a couple years, for about 2 decades.
Right.
But yeah, this is, and the other thing for me is this is one of those VHSs that my grandpa bootlegged for me. So I watched it 100 times.
Gotcha.
With the exception of the intro, because the recording started after the little intro from Michael Eisner.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
So, well, it's Michael Eisner. Who cares?
He did some good things.
He did some good things. I'm not saying he didn't, but he's not exactly Disney's most celebrated CEO.
Fair.
But
well, at this point, like most of the CEOs, as of current, are not exactly people's favorite.
Admittedly, I think the last one everyone liked was Walt Disney. Or maybe Roy Disney.
Yeah, Roy
Disney.
Roy Disney.
Not Roy Franco, Roy Disney.
Anyways.
But yeah, that's coming up in 2 weeks. So
yes.
I'm looking forward to that one.
So kind of bouncing off what you just said, the movie I'm looking forward to, the first movie I'm looking forward to is actually coming up in a week.
Next week.
So
on the next episode of the
Yes.
Cellcast,
Yes.
we'll just go ahead and announce this.
Yes.
Titan AE. I'm stealing your thunder. Go.
No, you're good. Be like, we are like the movie we were reviewing, like you just said, we were reviewing I'm drawing a blank on his name.
You would say that.
Director.
Yeah, Land Before Time.
Yes, I know we're losing points here, people. I understand this.
Dragon's Lair, a
yes.
fantasy adventure where you go and try to save the princess in an FMV.
All dogs go to
A
heaven.
laser disc.
Laser disc. Oh,
Don Bluth.
Thank you, Don Bluth. Thank you,
I'm
Don
sorry.
Bluth.
I'm literally sitting here trying to imagine what does the
I had a
cabinet
duh
look
in
like.
my brain.
What does the cabinet look like for Dragon's Lair? What's the logo look like? Oh, Don Bluth.
So yes, we are doing Don Bluth's final film before
So far?
So far, Titan AE, which came out in the early 2000s, And iMovie, I thoroughly enjoyed because I watched that thing 3 times in theaters, people.
And we are going to have a guest on that episode.
Yes.
Our so far most recurring guest host. But admittedly, he's coming back this time because he was actually going to do this.
Yes, he was.
Last June. It was going to be the final episode before the hiatus.
Yes.
And then Godzilla -1 came out.
Oh my
and
gosh.
we just all decided
train wrecked everything.
We'd all decided to punt.
Yes.
So since this was going to be his pick, we're bringing him back for this.
We all threw it on. Well, we're like threw it audible and like threw a different play, and so now he's coming back for this episode
because he already asked for this before, so we kind of knew as long as his schedule was going to work, which it appears to.
Yes.
He was going to want to do this. So
All right.
yeah.
All right. So I'm there. What's another one you're looking forward to?
Another one I'm looking forward to. This is going to be later in the year. It's going to be one of our anime episodes that are coming up.
Ooh.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Do you like the band Daft Punk?
A little bit.
Would you believe that they had an album that was turned into an anime?
I heard about this one. Yes.
And I have it on our list to do.
Oh. Okay.
Interstellar 4-5. That is actually how it's pronounced.
That's what it is. Okay. I was
The-
like, what in the world is this?
The
What
secret
kind of anime funky thing this is?
the secret
Do
of
that
this-
funky monkey.
The Secret of the Stellar Star System is the full name. By the way, all the S's, all the S's at the beginning of the words "secret star," "secret of the whatever the star system," they all that's all letter 5, not an S.
Wow.
So yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to, just because it's an odder choice,
Right.
And it's more of an artistic choice. And I thought, oh, this will be fun for us to do. I kind of been meaning to get it on the list before.
Gotcha. So my second movie I'm looking forward to is Disney's Bolt, one of the lesser known Disney films that came out in the early 2000s. I remember watching this in theaters and really enjoying it. You have this performance by, hold on, what's his name? Again, I'm losing points here, people. I apologize. Come on. Not Footloose. That's Kevin Bacon. Yeah, wrong movie, pal.
John Travolta.
Yeah, Grease Lightning. There we
I'm
go.
sorry, I was like, I'm looking at this and going, okay, it's not Miley Cyrus.
No. Like,
I lost it. It's John Travolta.
John Travolta does an excellent job as Bolt. I thought he did a really good job, and the performance is done very well. It's just to me, it's a classic that needs to be revisited because it's a good movie that came out before Tangled. Mm-hmm. Because everything between that, you have Tangled, and then you have another film, I think. And then you have The Princess and the Frog, which we've already reviewed.
I will admit, this is one of those that I saw once. Mm-hmm. And I think it might have actually been in theaters, and that's the only time I've watched it.
Oh, okay.
I think this was at that point in time where I was so far into my anime love. That's like, oh, it's a Disney film. And it's at a time when Disney films were not so good in general. I wouldn't call it the Dark Ages because that was the 80s.
Right.
But it was...
It was kind of the Bronze Age.
It was after the Renaissance.
Mm-hmm.
And that point in time between the Disney Renaissance and Tangled is a hodgepodge of films.
Agreed.
So,
yeah, so it's one of those films to be like I really enjoyed in theaters and I've watched multiple times over. It'd be like if you haven't watched Bolt, go hop on Disney Plus and go watch it now. It's so good.
I remember the clips were memeable. People made them into memes back in the day.
Yeah,
back when
did.
memes were still fairly a new concept on the internet.
Right. The moment in the film that got me, it's the last Super Bark. The last Super Bark, which is just it tore at your heartstrings. They're like, oh my gosh, is this gonna happen? And thankfully the movie ends on a happy note. I'm not gonna spoil the film, but go watch it. It needs to be watched. Either or.
I will spoil the ending for this film.
You don't.
Aliens.
Yes, aliens. Yes, there's aliens.
I love how that's both a spoiler and not a spoiler.
Yeah, exactly. So what is another film you're looking forward to?
So I have another kind of an odd one on here, but it's one I was reminded of back at Christmas. There was we're doing a movie that is a tie-in to a TV show, but it is a British TV show. in which the characters were all marionettes.
Oh,
Filmed in Super Marionation.
oh yeah, I heard about. I remember you.
I
putting
have
it
on our list Thunderbirds are go. Mostly it's like this is supposed to be a fun movie, and we do need to do something this esoteric.
Yes,
at least
agreed.
once. I watched because all the episodes are on Tubi along with the movie.
Oh, okay.
So I've watched a couple of those, and it's like, okay, yeah, this is goofy.
Oh yeah.
It's Power Rangers goofy.
Oh gosh.
But at the same time, it's like, but with a British snark in a way.
Fair.
The British way of doing things is very proper and tally ho, chap chap, all that kind of stuff. That sounded like horribly racist. Can you be racist to your own race? Because I'm
right.
I'm like 3/4 British.
Moving right along.
Dig-a-doom, dig-a-doom. But it's a fun. It's been a while since I've seen this particular film, but it's going to be a fun one, I think,
Okay.
for us to enjoy.
Cool. So another one that I know Drew enjoys. I watched while I had some downtime before a review of another film. Mm-hmm. This was on a like a double disc, a double pack. Muppet Treasure Planet. I saw
You
this.
just combined two net movies based on Treasure Island. It's Muppet Treasure Island.
That's what I thought I
You
said.
said Muppet Treasure Planet.
Oh, right.
And there's another Disney film called Treasure Planet.
I am aware, and another one of our listeners, Heather, thank you, Heather, absolutely adores
And
Treasure Planet.
And it was one of the ones I thought about putting on the list.
Yes.
But I wanted to get Muppet Treasure Island on there because I ideally want to get through the Muppet movies.
That is fair. So
soon.
Muppet Treasure
Island.
not planet, island.
Muppet Treasure Island.
It's an island. With
Yes.
Tim Curry as the pirate.
We are looking at Rushmore probably being on that show.
Oh yeah, I remember something about that. Excellent.
Yeah.
All right, so how about you?
Another one that's kind of on my list that I'm interested in is our so those of you who are usually in the live stream know that the Twitch, especially on the Twitch side of things, know that we normally raid Book of Gaming at the end of these episodes because he's generally the one that's on. So I was talking with him like right around turn of the year, December, January, somewhere in there.
Yes.
And I said, hey, by the way, since you actually were one of our early Patreon people, and you're basically a friend of the show at this point, that you have an open invitation to come on our show and review any film you want. You are aware of this, right?
Yes.
I was kind of jokingly saying it, but yeah, I pretty much assumed he had an open invitation at any time.
Right.
And he says, dude, yeah, can it be any movie? I said, well, we do have a couple of spots for live action, if that's what you're thinking. And he says, yeah, have you reviewed the movie Get Smart?
Oh yeah.
And I said, well, we haven't. We're not against the idea.
No.
I much prefer the original show with Don Adams than the Steve Carell one, but it's a movie he really likes. So it's like, sure, we can do that one. So yeah, coming up fairly quick in March, we're going to book a gaming on for Get Smart.
Oh, okay.
And I'll get to talk about, he's no Don Adams. No offense to Steve Carell, but he is no Don Adams.
Ah, okay. So another film that I've seen.
I forgot. Treasure Planet is on our list.
That is. That's why I was saying it.
That's why you combined them.
That's why I combined them, because then then Heather's left for that film. So
I'm sorry.
we are going to do Treasure Planet.
I'm sorry if I just spoiled one of yours.
No. You did not. You did not. But like, that's another film, but like, I'm looking forward to it because I saw it and I was like, wow, this is a good movie. Again, a very underrated Disney film that needs to be loved and watched. In which I'm pretty sure Heather would hop on the jet like, yes, go watch this movie. Either or. So another film I have seen very little of. And I think some people, it's like, why haven't you watched this movie? This movie is fantastic. And I'm looking forward to reviewing the film and finally watching the film, is Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, this one we did not get to watch
No,
together
good night.
because
That was just busy.
That was a busy month.
Just a little.
But yeah, I actually own this on Blu-ray, so
I do too. I still haven't watched it yet.
I saw it. What's interesting about that film, especially as multiversal as it is,
Yeah.
which is not a spoiler. That's the whole point of the Spider-Verse series. There's like, depending on which theater you watched it in, it's a different film,
Huh?
and even all those versions are different than what's on the Blu-ray.
Really?
Yeah, they kept editing the film after it was in theater.
What?
Yeah.
Now I've heard like Jaws. Jaws was literally the film was still wet when they were putting it through the screeners, but
Yeah,
they kept editing it.
It's like little minor edits. Like
Okay.
someone will say a different word here, different line here. There'll be it's not like there's major changes, but it's like
Right.
depending on. Well, you remember how when we were reviewing Neon Genesis Evangelion,
Yes.
you were watching the
Yeah.
ADV dub, and
Yes.
I'm watching Netflix, and there were slight differences
Slight
in how we
differences.
were interpreting different
Yes.
scenes.
Agreed.
That's kind of here, except not as depressing as
Yes. Agreed.
Evangelion was.
Agreed. The further you get down the rabbit hole of Evangelion, the farther you're getting along to be like, am I really depressed, or is this a fever dream?
By the way, I should point out that neither one of us put the rebuild Evangelion films
Don't
on
put
the
on there
list.
yet. Because Drew's like, I need a year. I need a year or so.
We are to the year. Well, I would have been fine if you'd have put it on there.
Oh, okay.
So if somebody wants to put that on a
that'd be
Patreon
an
episode,
interesting month.
I don't want to do a whole month of that right after I know.
It's 4 films.
I know. Oh, I know. Now I know what you're going to do.
Oh,
I know
okay.
exactly what you're going to do.
Oh, okay.
Next January, the month of rebuild. Relive Evangelion again,
All
except
over
entirely different. This time with less death threats from the audience. I guess. I don't know. I didn't follow the rebuild news, so there could have been more death threats.
Who knows? All right, so I talked about Spider-Verse. What's the next one you are looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to making you watch a film you hadn't watched yet.
Oh, what would that be?
One we've talked about is a certain Pixar film about a fish.
Finding Nemo?
Yes.
I've seen Finding Nemo.
You told me you hadn't seen Finding Nemo.
I haven't seen Finding Dory. I've seen Finding Nemo.
Well, never mind. I could have sworn you told me you hadn't watched Finding Nemo.
No, it was Finding Dory. I had never seen. I'd be like, I've seen.
Well, that's fair.
Yes.
That's fair, not having seen Finding Dory.
All right.
Maybe I'll switch it up. Well, I could do that on the show right now. Maybe I want to put it on Cars or
Cars.
what's another thing that you may not that you hadn't seen. I don't care if you've seen it or not. That we hadn't done yet. Wall-E. We hadn't done Wall-E yet.
No, we haven't done Wall-E.
We hadn't done.
We've done Ratatouille.
We've done Ratatouille. We've done Incredibles. We still need to do Incredibles 2.
Yes, we still need to do Incredibles too.
But we hadn't.
Right.
Anyway.
Yeah, as we move forward, another film that I'm looking forward to is, when you do notes and they're all stacked,
Yeah.
and your ADD dyslexia goes, crunch, where was that line? Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
The Tales Show.
The Tales Show, yeah. The one that, for some reason, I remember really enjoying, but you get the first one and the third one, you go smash, and you forget the second one.
The second one was Sonic the Hedgehog 2, the
Yes.
game, plus
Yes.
Sonic the Hedgehog 3. And then you get the Knuckles Show.
The Knuckles
The
Show.
Knuckles Show. That's a special brand of
Something.
something.
I haven't seen the Knuckles Show, so...
Oh, I've already decided sometime between our review of Sonic the Hedgehog 2 and Sonic the Hedgehog 3, we're going to watch Knuckles.
Gosh. How many episodes is it?
6?
Oh, gosh.
It's not long. We can
Okay.
do it in a month on TAS.
Oh, my gosh.
But
Okay.
it's one of those things where it's like, what am I watching? Because the films.
Yes.
They're while there is a little bit of that what's going on, they're not all their main character is not that Knuckles. And while movie Knuckles is not as stupid as Boom Knuckles, he still is socially inept, we'll say.
I get it. I get it.
But still, there is something that happened in the Knuckles show that affected something in the movie that you probably are unaware of.
Oh.
Two things, actually. But we'll get there when we get there.
Of course. All right. So I think that kind of lines out. No, we are not doing the Bugs Life yet.
No, but I haven't done Bug's Life yet.
But if you want to do one for a Patreon,
Always a patron pick possibility.
throw $10, become a patron, just throw us $10.
Yes. Last one I'm going to put on my list. This is also one we're coming up on fairly quickly.
Yes.
That it's about a pack of dogs. A pack of 101.
Oh, yeah, 101 Dalmatians.
And an
are we talking
evil woman who's trying to turn them into a coot.
Now, hold on. So, are we talking the original film? Or are we talking
the original animated Disney film?
Okay, so we're not
not Glenn Close.
Glenn Close, and there are two films.
Yes,
or the most recent Cruella.
Not Cruella, not that one. I'm talking about the one where it actually started with the song Cruella de Vil, Cruella de Vil. I don't remember how the rest of the song goes, but oh well.
If she doesn't scare you, no evil thing will.
True. I do know that apparently
Cruella de Vil.
Apparently I am in this film.
What?
Because there's one of the puppies. Every time he says, every line he has is, "I'm hungry."
Oh my
I'm
God!
cold and I'm hungry. Mama, I'm tired and I'm hungry. And it's like, well, I get that.
Oh, sweet Nillets.
But I think that will finish out our movies we're looking forward to. However,
yes,
we have one more thing to do before we hit intermission, and we are about to hit intermission. Those of you, and I should have mentioned this at the start of the show, everybody right now, if you are on Facebook and in our Facebook group and have not voted for our upcoming Rewind films, I'm giving you a couple minutes to go do that right now before we announce what our 4 Rewind films are going to be. So go do that right now. We'll entertain till you get back.
yes.
But at the moment, our polls are almost closed on that. We've got 4 that are looking pretty hopeful. The one of them looks like it's going to be a tie, which we will have to do a tiebreaker if that's the case. So I'm just going to...
Hold on. Go back up. Go back up.
there's not been any big change.
No.
What are you seeing?
Just go back up. Go back up.
I'm at the top.
No, go down. I'm sorry. Down. Dyslexia.
Oh, wait. I just noticed something. We have 2.
Oh, no.
We have 2
2 votes?
No, 2 ties.
Oh no.
2 ties.
Okay, so here's my idea for that.
Go ahead.
So if we have multiple ties, we be like, hey, the audience in the live stream, be like, hey, which movies would you really want us to review?
So,
throw it out there, and yeah.
So here's what we're gonna do on that. You know what? Now, polls closed. No more votes. Whatever this says right now is what I'm going with.
Screenshot it.
I'm going. Yeah, you have a point there.
Yeah, screenshot it.
Minus. Zoom that out.
It's not Godzilla -1.
Shift. Print
That was
screen.
that was a good review anyway.
It was a good review. I'm glad we were able to do that.
Yes. I think we were going to do it anyway.
It was something we were going to do, and it's like it timed out so perfectly.
Agreed.
I gotta bring up my program so I can paste it in there. See, yeah. So here is the thing.
The thing. The thing that you do.
Doing that thing you do by the Oneaters.
By the what?
You don't remember that movie, do you?
What movie is this?
That Thing You Do.
Oh yeah, I remember that movie.
And the band was called
I don't remember.
The Wonders.
Oh, the Wonders.
But the band in its original form, because it was formed in the 60s and named by a hippie, was the Wonders.
Oh, Wonders.
Yes,
Okay.
and so everyone who saw their name called them the Oneaters.
What?
Because they were saying Oneeders.
I get it. I get it.
Oneaters. Wow. It's screenshot. I didn't screenshot it right. Hang on.
Hold on.
Hang on.
Oh my gosh! You are most welcome, people and
Print
patrons.
screen.
There we go.
That's better. Okay, so right now, our first movie is going to be The Incredibles.
Yay!
We have
movie.
a tie between the Lego Movie and The Lion King.
So
One of these movies is going to fall off on this vote.
Mm-hmm.
So the first person who types in one of the names of those movies is the movie it's going in the number 2 slot. Go.
Lion King or Lego?
Lego. Lion or Lego? Lego or Lion? Pick something, folks.
If it's Thundercats, I would go with either or.
Thundercats. Ho! Lego movie.
Lego movie. Okay. Thank you, Steph.
Lego Movie is our second one. We will come back to The Lion King at a later date. Next, we have...
Tick-tock goes a clock. Tick-tock goes a clock.
The Great Mouse Detective. And we have another tie at 8%.
Oh, no. What is it?
It's either going to be The Prince of Egypt
Oh.
or Batman Return of the Caped Crusaders.
Oh.
Put a title in now.
Repeat.
Who's going to get it?
Repeat.
Who's going to get it?
Repeat
Batman or Egypt? Batman or Joseph?
Batman or Joseph, people?
Bruce
Batman.
or Joseph? Bruce or Joseph?
Bruce or Joseph. That is I just recently read that in my Bible study where Joseph, the multicolors and gets thrown in a pit.
Pick one, folks.
Yeah. Anybody.
Batman!
Cape Crusader.
Neko got it. So
Okay.
yeah, we will do Prince of Egypt next year. So yeah, as of this moment right now, and I'm going to post this in the face right underneath that. Winners are The Incredibles,
And I thought I had a problem
The
spelling.
Great Mouse
Detective.
Detective. So we get to talk to Felicia this year.
We still need to put that shirt out.
We do. Lego Movie.
Mm-hmm.
And Batman Return of the Caped Crusaders.
I personally, I was so hoping. Yeah, thank you guys for voting.
Yes.
Thank you so much. But I was like, oh my gosh, your name's in there. Yes.
It can still come up.
It still come up.
We do vote on these ourselves.
We
So
do.
Our choices do come up.
They
so on that note,
All right. So
we are going to hit our intermission.
Okay.
We're going to play some bumpers. And then when we come back, what were you going to say?
Nothing. Go ahead.
No, I was introducing the next segment after the bumpers.
Okay, it was just more like what the segments were going to be because go ahead.
Okay. Professional podcasting.
Exactly. Thank you.
Oh, you only get this after 6 years.
This podcast is a proud member of Culture Box. Whether you enjoy geeky reviews, comedy, or original fiction, you can open up the Culture Box and find something excellent for your soul. Point your web browser to culturebox.media.
I forgot to have this up again.
Yes.
So yeah, we're currently on pause while this comes up.
Okay, so
hi, y'all guys.
Yeah, so I'm looking at Sean's post and it's like, so Mr. Incredible, Batman, Emmett. Oh, now
Have
I'm
to
getting
fight
it.
Vincent Price.
Get right again. So when you said Emmett, I didn't think the Lego movie.
Yeah.
I thought Emmett Otter and his junk band. I was like, that's not in the script. I was like, whoa, wait a minute, time out. It's like, oh, Emmett from Lego Movie. Never mind.
Emmett from the Lego Movie. The
Otter. He's an otter. It's a Lego otter.
I know there's one.
Oh no.
There's a Lego otter. I know.
What?
No, it's not Emmett, but I know there's got to be a Lego otter minifigure somewhere.
Oh, I am not surprised at all.
Oh, me.
Oh, bother.
Oh, bother. Okay, who did we do last? We did Geek Devotions last time, so I guess it's Francisco's turn again.
Hey, Roy.
This week we suggest checking out the Retro Rewind podcast. Every other week, you can join the Retro Rewind podcast as they travel back 15 or more years along the entertainment space-time continuum in their mission to review movies and games, establishing what is still worth your time today and what isn't. You expect fun banter and trivial insights from Francisco, Paul, and a rotating cadre of guest hosts who are all out of time. And I will throw this disclaimer in for the Retro Rewind podcast. Yes, they will tell you, Francisco will tell you that Disney is not worth your time. That is not always the case. Even he has Disney movies he likes.
Yes.
Do not listen to his lies. The Cellcast would also like to thank the following patrons: Ashley and Francisco Ruiz.
Thanks, Roy.
PaulJPowers.com, the Monster Island Film Vault, and Edwin Gonzalez. If you would like to have your name shouted out on the show, some special art from Jacob, uncut episodes, plus for an additional $5, force us to watch something within reason.
This is against my will, against my will, against my will, against my will, against my will. This is totally against my will!
Or all you have to do is pay us $10, and we'll even let you be a guest on the show if you so desire.
Yes.
So go do that. Support us on Patreon if you would. Also, go to our Redbubble store. Buy some T-shirts. We got some.
Or whatever
stickers.
you want, stickers, whatever.
Pretty
A
much,
coffee cup.
Pretty much all that art can be put on whatever they will sell it to you on.
Exactly.
So go do that.
And we've got more ideas coming. So
yes.
And plus, if you have an idea,
maybe even a refresh of our branding.
yeah,
Stay tuned.
You never know. And plus, be like, if you have ideas for shirt designs, please let us know what your thoughts are, and then maybe we can collaborate, build a shirt, and like, you never know.
I'm hitting the button.
Hit the button.
Okay. What is our next segment?
Next segment. So I would recommend favorite episodes from last season.
Favorite episodes from last season.
Yes. I have an entire
I
list.
will start with one that was kind of last minute, but it was one I was sitting on pins and needles for you to finally watch that movie when it became available.
Oh.
And it came up at the very last minute, and that was Godzilla -1.
Oh, yes. Oh, my gosh.
I just love that movie, period. And I'm not talking about as a Godzilla fan, even though I do love it as a Godzilla fan. I enjoy it just as a movie fan. Just as a standard movie fan.
Yes,
it
I
is
agree.
such a good film. I think you should watch it. Between me, you, and Nate, we had a good time on that show.
Oh, my gosh, yes.
Even with me needling you for your thoughts on Grave of the Fireflies, even though they weren't exactly connected.
No, they weren't connected.
But that was a fun episode.
That was.
I super enjoyed.
I agree.
So and it's a great movie to watch. So
Yes, agreed.
what's the first one you enjoyed?
So this one isn't for the film, but for the camaraderie and the banter that went on and on and on with Nate Marchand.
I get the feeling Marchand's going to show up on this
yes.
list a lot.
In Search of Titanic. Such a terrible film.
We were a doggy hell.
Yes, Doggy L. But oh my gosh, the banter and the oh my word, it was such a fun episode with Nate. Again, Nate, thank you so much for
Yes.
coming on with that episode, and the multiple times you will probably come on the next, umpteen years.
So,
where
since
doing
we're
this.
on the Nate train at the moment,
Whoop, whoop.
I'll talk about one that you weren't on.
Oh yeah,
Because you actually, since you did get married this
I
year
did.
and had a
I did.
honeymoon, and I gave
San
you
Antonio was a
I-
wow rodeo.
I gave you a month off.
You did, which I was very grateful.
In order to do that, though, I had to record a bunch of episodes with our friends.
You did, which I deeply
And
appreciate you guys
since we
doing.
are on the Nate train, apparently, the one that Nate actually did, which was I think it's the Arctic Giant.
Proto
is the name of it,
Godzilla,
which
what I've
is-
heard.
It was Superman versus the Arctic Giant, basically.
Oh, okay.
He was Proto Godzilla. Basically, it's like because Godzilla was not even a gleam in the original creator's eyes
Gotcha.
when this thing came out. In fact, because it's like 1930s, 1940s era Superman cartoons.
Really?
Yeah. And when you're watching it, it's like
Fleischer film.
It's a Fleischer film.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
You didn't realize that, did you?
No, I did not.
Yeah. And we're watching it and going,
I honestly, when I heard it said, it was like, oh, this is one of those, bootleg. It doesn't look like it's not supposed to be Superman, but it's so Superman it's not even funny. It was an actual Fleischer film.
it's an actual Superman Fleischer film.
Wow. Okay.
And it just so happens that he's fighting a giant Godzilla-esque dinosaur
oh wow.
from that was frozen in ice in the Arctic, and his fight is how you would expect Superman to fight Godzilla.
yeah.
Because even the monster fights like Godzilla fights long before Godzilla even existed.
Wow.
So but between watching that and enjoying that and then recording with Nate, we had a good time on that.
Yes, we did.
You didn't. You weren't there.
No, I'm thinking of all the times we have had fun with Nate.
So yeah, that particular episode though was a whole lot of fun. What's your next one?
And
And you don't have to stay on the Nate train if you don't
No,
want to.
but this is not a Nate train at all. I'm thinking of all the TAS episodes we have done, including all the series we've done within
Yeah.
the boundaries of
So-
2024.
So last year
yes, last year.
we started. We were in the middle of Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Yes.
Here's the thing: I don't regret watching it. That was a series I needed to watch, and I'd been wanting to watch, but was just having a hard time getting through it without that little extra oomph of motivation. And so we did it for the show. Wow,
Yes.
that was a thing. Plus, let's face it, that episode of the end of Evangelion,
oh my gosh.
I think that was the first time we played this.
Rentmaster activated.
Yes.
This audio clip owned by Nate Marchand of the Monster Island Film Vault. For more information, please go to monsterislandfilmvault.com.
Again, more Nate.
More Nate. Not intentional. It's just that we
No,
loved that.
not
I loved
intentional.
that clip, so it's like I've got to use that.
So
that's why I asked him if
Yeah.
I could use it.
yeah, so we did X-Men the Animated Series.
Yes,
Or
X-Men 97.
97, that's what I meant to say. We did that before. So we did X-Men 97
Yeah,
last year, which was a lot of fun.
leading up into May.
Leading up to May, and then we did Spy X Family or Spy Family,
Spy Family.
which was a load of fun.
Yes, which did get split between the hiatus. So
It did, and obviously Batman the Animated Series, which we
Which
are
I-
still doing.
and we will continue doing all throughout the year of 2025 and into 2026.
You're welcome.
This is a long show, folks.
Because I was completely unaware of how long this show was. It's 4 seasons, but
they're long seasons.
it's 1993 through 1997.
Well, 3 of the seasons are the kind where it's like, oh, these are all coming out this year. That's a season. How many
Yeah.
episodes is that? 50 in 4 months.
Yes.
It's like, Fox Kids, why did you have to put this show out daily? This is a lot of show, and I'm saying that like I'm not liking the show. I've enjoyed every episode we've watched. There's not really been a bad one of the bunch. Mm-hmm. I know bad ones have to be coming eventually because no show's perfect.
No. Oh my gosh.
But I will tell you this: it's been a lot more fun experience than X-Men was. The original X-Men movie was.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Different shows were.
You get into the 3rd and 4th season of X-Men.
Ooh, that was
Ooh, that
was
gets crunchy and rough.
in 5th season.
Oh
Was
yeah,
really
oh
crunchy.
yeah, Fifth season's so crunchy.
Which is why X-Men 97 is so good.
It's such a breath of fresh air. There's little things about that season. Be like, it's like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
I understand where they're going with it. I may disagree with them, but
Right.
and definitely with a certain character throwing
and we
glass
have
off the roof.
we have recorded half of the final season of Lower Decks.
Yeah, I totally forgot we did
I
Lower
need
Decks.
to finish editing those episodes, and we will
Yes.
then record the other half of those.
Yes.
And that's on me. I've had a busy couple months, and that's why that kind of fell by the wayside. But those are coming. Those are coming back. We will get back to that fairly quickly. In fact, I plan on editing an episode tomorrow.
Right. Let's see.
Other movies that we did this year that were fun.
We did
Labyrinth.
Yes, we did
Which
Labyrinth.
we had Artsy Steph on there
Yeah.
as a last minute guest.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that was the. We had so many people who were like, yes, we want to do this, and then just things just
Yeah.
fell by the wayside.
And
You couldn't
I
do
think
it.
at one point we had 5 people set.
We did.
to guest on that one. They
did.
all fell out from under us, and for some reason it felt wrong, even though we could have easily done it by ourselves.
Oh, yeah.
it
Very
felt
easy.
wrong not to have a guest since we kind of were planning on a guest.
Yeah.
So I just threw it out there to the chat. It's like, hey, anyone want to review Labyrinth?
And Artsy
And
stepped up.
Artsy stepped
and
up.
did an
It's like-
amazing job.
And we appreciate her for that. And I
Yes.
want to also say, those if you're following our YouTube and our Facebook shorts and reels that we just started up, you can while I am doing the editing on those, you can thank Artsy Steph for helping me find those. And I think Bobo is the other one helping me get clips. So, or he's getting me time codes at least. So yeah, thank you both of y'all for that. And thank you, Dallas, for just randomly giving me 4 shorts for last week.
Yes.
Wasn't expecting it, but I appreciate it.
Oh my gosh. So the one that I put right on top was Sonic 3 reaction.
Oh
My
yes.
gosh. Like just to set up people, because I feel like you listen to the show, you watch the show.
Go back to our Sonic 2 reaction
Yes.
first, and we talk about the after credit scene, and they show Shadow in the tube, and I was going, "We're getting Shadow! It's Sonic Adventure 2! I'm looking forward to seeing a little girl get shot."
Oh my gosh! But like,
That sounds horrible.
It is terrible.
But at the same time, it's like, wait, in a Sonic the Hedgehog movie, are we actually going to have somebody die on screen? They don't have the guts. This show does not have the gut. That is not what these movies do.
they did.
And so we was really hoping. I was really looking forward to it, but I was kind of playing it low key. We had a lot of things to do. It was a long year.
Yeah, it was a very long
And then
year.
somewhere around November, I posted, it's like, hey, I don't know what your schedule was, because I never know what your schedule is. And December
even-
is so hard to schedule
You're not
anything
kidding.
anyway.
Yeah.
For us.
Because I mean, it was literally Sonic 3 was coming out. It's okay. Clear the deck. We're going to watch this.
I even said, look, if you're not available, I am going to go find a way to watch it anyway and record a reaction episode. And you said, dude, I'm there. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
And we figured it out, and we went to town, and we watched it, and I geeked out for an hour and a half.
No,
and
like-
then we got back here, and I was doing my best because we were both tired, and we both didn't want to be here much longer to
Yeah.
record that reaction.
Oh my
and
gosh.
I'm trying to hold everything back in and try not to geek out about all the little things about Shadow the Hedgehog going crazy. Hold on, that's the wrong song. Live and learn, hanging on the edge of tomorrow.
So speaking of,
Apparently, the singer of that song is now suing Sega because they've been using it too much and not telling him about it, even though he signed off for the movie, so the movie was fine. But like every other time they've used Live and Learn, apparently they've not told him about it, and so he had no idea. He's not convinced he's been paid correctly. Sega, do your job and pay him.
speaking of,
Pay Johnny.
speaking
Pay
of,
Johnny.
Speaking of,
Pay Johnny. Pay Johnny.
Speaking of.
Okay, just speak of.
So speaking of, so to give an insight in the theater, because I know I said this during the reaction, but it is worth saying again. So we're sitting there. We have the moment with Maria, and Drew's like, "Oh my gosh!" He's geeking out.
Because I'm watching this, like, I know what's going to happen. It's like, okay, is this going to be darker? Or okay, here's the thing. I didn't bring this up. I'm going to bring it up now.
Okay.
I have seen Maria Robotnik die 5 times. Once in Sonic Adventure 2, which is, granted, all you really see is a blast of white light and her kind of doubled over on the console, getting ready to launch Shadow off into space.
Yes.
And I saw the game Shadow the Hedgehog, basically kind of the same thing, but you do kind of see a little bit of reaction to the bullet hitting her. And then I saw Sonic X.
I've seen that too.
Both the English and the Japanese version. I want to point out the 4Kids version. I don't mean it was 4Kids. I mean 4Kids Entertainment. The people who scrub everything of all those shows out of the show that when they had when they had One Piece had to figure out how to edit cigarettes out of a man's mouth,
making lollipops.
This is when in Yu-Gi-Oh! When Seto Kaiba gets attacked by Pegasus' men, and in the Japanese version they're aiming guns at his head. You go to the Japanese version, the 4Kids version, and they're just pointing at him menacingly. Granted, you still don't see anything,
right?
But it's like, because it's being the story of Maria Robotnik getting killed is being told by the soldier who shot her.
Yeah, agreed.
It's worse because she's like, because it's like this guy is literally emotionally distraught that he shot this little girl.
Yeah,
right. He should be.
Yeah,
but
anybody who's got a conscience or a soul would.
And the Japanese version is like just as bad, except you actually get to see more animation of the actual scene. And then we get to Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Okay, at least she didn't get shot. She got caught in the explosion caused by the guy who's shooting. At the same time, I was like,
spoiler alert.
Sorry, spoilers. Maria Robotnik. Please, I already said Maria Robotnik gets killed 5 times.
Continue.
So it's like, either way, it was worth it.
So where I was going with this.
Sorry.
No, you're good. I know it's like anything Sonic the Hedgehog is like, whoa, that's like, it's like,
I'm sorry. I was
aware.
I was on the Sega side of the great Nintendo, the great video game war, great console war of 1992.
So the scene that got me, because it's an amazing film. Go watch it. It should be coming out on digital at some point.
I think it's already out on digital.
I think so.
Because I was watching. Because who's that? Honest Trailers.
Yeah,
they already released their Honest trailer of it, and it's got far more footage than was in any of those trailers.
Ah, gotcha. So where I'm going with this? So we're sitting in the theater. You have the big fight between there again. Spoiler if you haven't watched the film. Sonic and Shadow fight, and their whole enchilada, like enchilada.
Chili dog.
Chili dog, thank you. Their whole chili dog fight, whatever. So, again, I'm sitting right next to the man. And so, you're going to get me distracted. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. So, you have the moment where they have this come to Jesus moment on the moon, and they both power up, and you hear the theme, and he's going, oh my God! He's losing it. It's like, okay, calm down. It's like, oh my gosh, it's
I momentarily became.
Broke him.
I momentarily became a 12-year-old boy again. Okay.
I get it. Like, it was so.
It's
so
like
good.
seeing the morphing sequence in Power Rangers Once and Always, or the Megazord sequence.
Yes.
It's like I'm 12 years old again.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. But it was so good. It was like literally I look over and he's just like just singing the top of his lungs, live and learn. I was like, oh my gosh.
I was not loud because I knew we were in a theater, but I can tell you I was going,
He was.
Oh, Jim Carrey's fighting himself again.
Yes, but it was so good. It was such a good experience. So fun. So yeah, there was a part of me once I started saying Sonic 3, and I was like, okay, this is gonna go into something else. It's always fun when he geeks out about something. It's gonna geek hard.
That's just how I am.
Exactly.
Go big or go home.
Yeah, exactly. So, what is the next movie that you either
next
really
one
enjoyed?
that I really enjoyed? I don't know if I really enjoyed it. But it was fun to talk about.
Okay.
It was not during Bad Movie Month, but it should have been.
Oh my gosh, where are we going?
King Kong the musical.
I knew it. I knew it.
So yeah, we're back on the Nate train.
Nate train.
I like trains.
Guess what's back on the soundboard, folks?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the King Kong the musical with Jodie Benson as
Oh my gosh. Yes.
as Fay Ray. That's not the character's
No,
name.
it's not Fay Ray.
Bandera.
Yeah, Bandera.
As Bandera. I was like, good night. That was and the Sherman Brothers performing, writing the music.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Not their best work.
No, absolutely not. It's like what?
It's like this was like the first thing you submitted, wasn't it? And you got nothing back from them. You just all of a sudden you got a paycheck and it was in the movie. Mm-hmm. All of a sudden, Jodie Benson's trying to sing to whatever this was, and
It wasn't a good film.
It's not a good film. And I will say we have both watched the original King Kong, and I think we both enjoyed the original King Kong.
Agreed.
The original King Kong is something we are desperately thinking of fitting into this show eventually.
Hint, nudge. Nate.
Well, probably Nate.
Oh, Nate will jump on that 3 seconds. Wait, the original King Kong? I'm there.
I think when we mentioned it
We did.
2 weeks ago,
We did.
he said, "Oh, I'll clear my schedule."
He did.
It's like, well, I guess we would have to have you back on for that one.
Yep.
You are the kaiju guy.
Yeah, true.
So King Kong the musical. The fact that there is a King Kong musical.
Yes.
Yeah. It's one of those things where it's like the only reason this occurred was because of stupid copyright problems.
Mm-hmm.
And allowing people to just do whatever the crud they want with this thing, as long as they didn't do exactly what the movie did. Mm-hmm. But it was also one of, well, we'll get to the artwork later. Mm-hmm. What's your next one, unless you want to jump to artwork?
No. Like, I've got a few left. From when we were at Studio Ghibli month, we did From on Top of Poppy Hill. Mm-hmm. I really enjoyed that movie. Tremendously enjoyed it. And the cover art for that was interesting too. I really enjoyed doing that because that was funny. That was so. I enjoyed the mess of that because I was using Procreate to do the art. Oh my gosh, I love that. It was so freaking fun. No, not that one.
I gotta hit load more.
Yep, there it is.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Are we related?
That was one of those where I was like, So speaking of King Kong films, the one we didn't know was going to be a King Kong film.
Oh my gosh.
This was a weird episode, but I for one thing, here's the thing. While I love classically animated films, do not get me wrong.
Yes.
I like the weird stuff. That's the weird stop motion stuff. I think more than traditional animated stuff.
Fair.
So, the fact that there was this Rankin Bass movie,
oh my gosh,
that I remember being advertised and having never seen.
Yes,
I remember it being on the shelf at Walmart back when I worked there, and I remember nobody ever buying it. And I remember thinking I should get that, and I never did because you know how stuff goes.
Rankin Bass.
Yeah, it's a Rankin Bass.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah. I'm talking about Mad Monster Party, question mark.
Question mark. Yeah, that was
3/4 of the way through the film turns into King Kong.
It does. I was like, what the frick?
Wait, what? We had Dracula and the monster. And the monster's maid, because that's the only way they'd refer to her. For legal reasons. The Mummy, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and that creep from all the old Looney Tunes cartoons that talks like this and is creepy. And I think technically it was Igor, but I still know him as that other guy.
It was Igor.
I can't remember the actual actor's name that it was based on. And they keep saying, "Oh, we can't invite the Thing. He'll just destroy everything."
Yeah,
the Thing. That's what they called it.
Yeah, the Thing.
I was going, the Thing? The Thing from another world? That's a monster you could bring up. Shapeshifter, that would be interesting.
Yeah. Nope.
Yeah, it would have been before John Carpenter's The Thing, but I mean,
right.
It came. There was the original movie that John Carpenter got it from.
Yeah,
existed. You could have done something like that. Is The Thing? I was thinking maybe The Thing was the Blob.
Yeah, that's what I kept thinking. It was the Blob.
That was what
had to be. Some
made
like
sense to me.
Some creation that had gone wrong.
And then three quarters of the way through the film, we know The Thing is coming, and we've chased the hot girl whose name I can't remember, the android,
The android, yeah.
onto the beach.
Oh,
And,
no, yeah.
and all of a sudden you see this giant ape come out, and I go, please don't tell me you're the thing.
That's what I
It's
kept
the
thinking.
thing. It's like, oh, good night, it's King Kong.
And it just devolved.
And it devolves into King Kong. It's like, oh, good night.
No.
Why?
You were going so well, and then you had to go into this. You had to re-emulate King Kong.
It's like, is this the only thing you just didn't have to be King Kong specifically. You could have just been a giant ape like King Kong.
Yes.
And you could have done anything because it's like King Kong's not only known for climbing towers with hot women in his hands while planes shoot at his head. That's not the only thing King Kong's known for.
No, but I should have known. I should have known. Like,
But when we saw those old planes.
the old planes, they're like it looked like the biplanes from King Kong.
That the zombies flew.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Zombies flying airplanes.
People. Zombies flying airplanes.
This was such a weird, interesting movie for
It
the
was.
first 3 quarters,
Yes.
and then it's King Kong. I like King Kong. I did not want it here, or at least give me a little more hint that it's coming, so I could have been prepared.
Yes, I'd be like, if they would have done something other than just let's redo King Kong, be like, okay, that sounds interesting. And then, like we just said, it just devolved into King Kong. And this is like, okay, you've lost me.
And by devolved, we mean that literally.
Yeah, everything just goes DGG Ball 2.
What's your next one?
Oh my gosh. So we at the very very beginning of the podcast, even before we started recording, I had brought up a film that I wanted to do. You never hear people talk about it. It's a blacklisted movie from Disney.
Yeah, I would say
Song of the South.
I wanted to do this one too, and my literal thought was I wanted to do it because it's blacklisted.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to know what people don't like about this film.
Exactly.
I want to know why people say it's a bad film. Why do people say it's racist? I know why people say this, but you can't go by what other people say. You have to look at it for yourself. And I'm admittedly going into this thinking, what are like all the human characters in this going to be blackface? Is it? That's not above Disney because they did it in Fantasia for one of the Centaurs.
They did.
So, I mean, it's not like they couldn't do that. If you go and watch it now, that character has been edited out of Fantasia. Just for anyone who's interested. But I've seen the original clip.
Yes.
It's during the Rite of Spring section.
Oh, yeah. I do remember that.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the edit's weird when you see it. So, I like expecting that. And I'm watching going, wow, the only thing that's really bad about this that I can tell that really causes an issue of any kind is the fact that you don't know if this movie is taking place before the Civil War or after.
True.
Because otherwise, it's just like the African Americans in this are the heroes of this film.
You're not kidding.
This is celebrating that culture. Why is this racist? Like, the worst thing you can say maybe is the Tar Baby, and the Tar Baby doesn't even look like he's blackface.
No.
It's like, what's wrong? Is it because a white man did a black movie? Because Walt Disney's white? Heck, the original actor got blacklisted that played Uncle Remus. He got blacklisted, and he was the best thing in the movie.
And also the woman who was I think she was like a nursemaid or like a cook or what?
The mom. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, she won an Academy Award for this film.
This film won Academy Awards.
She was the first ever Black African American to win an award like that.
And now Disney is so ashamed of this movie with what do they call it? Diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Yes. Thank you, Disney.
Thank you, NAACP. This is your fault. You're the one who pressured them into in this movie not being out there anymore. I'm not saying that if you've seen the film and you don't like it and you think it's racist, that for you to change your mind. Don't get me wrong. And if you think I'm an idiot and a racist and a bigot for liking the film, I mean not liking the film because I think I gave it a middling because
you did.
It's a it's a well-made film, but it's just not something I care to watch again.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you can call me whatever you want as long as you don't call me late for dinner.
I'm hungry.
Get to that later. Yeah, Song of the South is another one I did, and I think it's one we had needed to do as a podcast.
Yes, I agree.
As we said during that show, if you do not study your history, you are doomed to repeat it.
You are.
And I would say a lot of what we're going through in our country right now is because we have not really studied our history and we don't know what racism actually looks like.
Yeah, exactly. So
Take that for what it's worth.
Yeah. I thoroughly enjoyed the film. I could see where people would have issues with it. Mm-hmm. I think it was like in the 70s they started looking at it. It's like, oh, this is wrong. You shouldn't do that.
No, they were. I remember when I did the research on it, there were people complaining before the film came out.
Oh, yeah, that's
they
right.
They were complaining just for the fact that it existed.
The fact that they were doing it. Yeah.
If I remember correctly, the ride Splash Mountain came out in the 90s.
It did.
And it is Song of the South themed.
It is.
Or it was.
It was.
It was. And granted,
they rethemed it.
They rethemed it for Princess and the Frog, which
is fair.
That's fair. It's more modern, and people know who they are, and hopefully the animatronics work better here than it was when it was Song of the South. Sorry, I've been to Disney World. You haven't.
Yeah, I haven't.
We'll be talking more about that because I already know what one of my dislikes for Let's Go to Walt Disney World is, and it's because I've been to Walt Disney World. But yeah, what's your? Was it you? Song of the South was yours. What was mine? I am going to throw in there a certain movie
as he flips through the
we did this with Dallas of Geek Devotions.
Oh yeah,
it was one I had been meaning to see, but just never got around to because just things happen. And I think we had a good time to reviewing it, and that was Blood, the Last Vampire.
Yes, that was a fun cover to do too.
That was a good episode for us to do. I enjoyed it. I think I maybe have just one more movie on my list.
Okay, I have 2.
And I can tell you mine is not We Wish You a Merry Turtle Christmas.
Oh my God, yeah. It'd be like, if you seriously enjoy that movie, it's okay, more power to you, brother, but man.
But what's your next one?
My second one would be, let me look at my notes. Let's go with the one we kind of mentioned before earlier in the episode. The Transformers, the movie, Rewind.
Part 2.
Oh my gosh. Again, that movie is my jam. It brings me back to my childhood. It, oddly enough, this is a story of where my love for this. So my baby brother, Daniel, was having eye surgery when he was 4 or 5 years old. He had eye correction. And that was funny because you're having to guide your little brother who can't see for a week. That was fun. So the night of the night of the surgery, we stayed the night at my grandparents' house. And so my parents rented 2 films, Transformers the movie and He-Man and She-Ra, Secret of the Sword. That's why those 2 films are so iconic in my mind. They are ingrained. They are so indelibly they are so impacted in my life. Be like, I see Transformers movie, it's like, oh my gosh, back to when I was like 8 years old. And that time when my little brother, my baby brother, was having surgery, and I was worried for him, and watching Transformers the movie and He-Man and She-Ra. Now, I might be wrong. I may be mixing time frames up, but that's what I remember. So yeah, going to Freddy's, having food, the ride back, and then reviewing this the first time, and then doing this rewind again. Yes. Be like, I guarantee at some point we're gonna pull a Hail Mary and be like, okay, let's just review this movie again. I love it so much. You never know. And plus, we want to have a patron be like, hey, I really enjoyed this movie. Review it again. Okay.
You're going to have to give us a little bit of time on that. That's not happening this year.
No, of course not. But yeah, just like that movie has so much nostalgic infusion in my mind. Like and plus it's a good movie. There's people whining that I understand why people were upset, because you killed Optimus Prime. Spoiler alert for a film that's over 40 years old. Either or. So that is my second from last.
So I remembered another one that I'm going to throw in there, and I'm going to do actually the one I remembered now. And that was the unproduced animated movies episode we did.
Oh, yeah.
That was a fun one for us to do because it was just a general discussion episode. We both just went on the internet and looked for what are some movies that were announced but we never got.
Yes.
And we picked and we talked about the ones that basically stood out to us.
Yes.
I still am angry that Bone was nearly animated and then it didn't get animated.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I still need to go and buy me another copy of the complete Bone because that is just such a good comic. That was a good episode. It was fun for us to go back and forth on.
Agreed.
So yeah, the unproduced animated movies.
The one we did a reaction to this film when it came out. Mm-hmm. Super Mario Bros. The movie.
Indeed, that is a very good film.
That was a good movie. Oh my gosh! Now, granted, it's already been surpassed by Sonic 3 as the best video game adaptation.
Really?
Yes.
See, that's the thing is I'm still so in the honeymoon period for Sonic 3 that I'm kind of not considering it in ranking yet.
Really?
This is just how I've gotten with stuff. When you've got these big contentious things, it's like if something is like standing out to me that much, I need to give it time for like not for something else to happen, but for me to come off of the high, basically, and then to give it another watch and see, okay, how does this truly stand up? So
agreed.
But yeah, because I still really enjoyed the Super Mario Brothers movie, and it didn't fall from where I had originally placed it after we saw the film.
So
I'm not convinced Sonic the 3 won't fall either. But
no. But where I was going, I wasn't saying like, oh, Sonic 3 is better than this. That's what I was saying. I was basing off what the
the internet says acting like Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is the best movie.
And what it did in theaters because it surpassed $1 billion.
It killed Mufasa.
Oh, it killed it. It
killed it worse than the antelope did.
Long live the king.
No! Oh, good. I just realized. I just realized.
Oh no!
Jonathan Taylor Thomas pulled an Anakin Skywalker.
Gosh,
no! JTT did it before it was cool. Sorry. I'm getting us off track.
Of course. We go. So I think it's all the films we've done. The films we've reviewed so far. So I think
I got one more.
Okay, go for it.
Spy Family Code White.
Oh my word! That was a gem.
Because that's the thing is, I finally got you to watch more of that show.
Yes,
and I think you fell in love with it about as much as I have.
Yes, Bond is best dog,
and Bond is best boy.
Bond is best boy.
Yeah, and I knew we had. I knew we needed to do the movie at some point, but when we were setting up and scheduling everything. There was no place to watch Spy Family Code White anywhere.
No.
That was easy to get to. It's still not been released on Blu-ray as of this recording.
No, it hasn't.
But I finally went and looked. It's like, if they finally announced, oh, this is going on Crunchyroll at the end of the week. It is? Schedule now! This is a Christmas movie. Why is it a Christmas movie? Snow!
You'll find out.
It's the same reason Frosty the Snowman's a Christmas movie, because there's snow.
Oh, let it go.
Let it go.
Let it roll.
But that movie is one of those. It's like if you explain it to anybody who has never watched Spy Family,
oh my gosh,
they're gonna think you're nuts. But the fact that this is a movie in which you are happy to see somebody go to the bathroom after they've been wooed by the poop god.
That is so true. My gosh.
And it's like it's just. I love you, Anya.
Oh yeah, Anya's just. Oh my gosh.
This is why you don't eat mysterious pieces of chocolate you find on trains,
or mistakenly eat it.
Oh, it was a mistake that she ate it. Yes, it got flopped in the air, but you know she was going to eat it if those guys had come in there.
Of course.
And somehow, no, that's a spoiler. Moving on.
Moving right along.
Dig-a-doom, dig-a-doom.
Favorite covers?
Favorite covers. I'm going to just throw this right now. Every single cover you did for Dragonwary.
Thank you.
I will admit that Two-Face Goku Super Saiyan God is when I first saw that, I thought, that's disturbing.
Exactly.
Very disturbing. Is this what we really want on the cover of our show? But I went ahead and went with it. It's like, okay, it works. It kind of works. And then we got Mr. Frieza.
Mr. Frieza. I love that. That was such a good one.
Catwoman and Broly.
Yes.
And I really like the one from last week with
oh my gosh.
Beast, Gohan, Batman, and the Gray Ghost.
Oh my!
You did such a good job on those.
Thank you. I do appreciate that. That was a trifecta of covers that were just like, okay, let's roll with it.
Quadfecta.
Quadfecta. Okay, thank you. I didn't know
If that's
that.
a word.
Yeah, quad 4 makes more sense.
So yeah, that's my first one. What's yours?
So, it's kind of hard because you're gonna try to toot your own horn. Mm-hmm. But I do the Mighty Kong episode cover art. That I'd be like, personally, I thought that was good. He pulled it up right there. Mm-hmm. And Nate is just be like,
he wants a print of this.
Give me a print. Well,
so what's funny about the Mighty Kong one is the version y'all see in the album art is slightly modified
because I ran in a paper room.
What happened? This is the thing that can happen is that Jacob, he draws most of these. I say most because there's a couple you've done digitally.
Yeah, a few.
But Jacob draws most of these by hand, and inks by hand, and colors by hand. Mm-hmm. And as he's drawing it, when he went to go draw it on that paper,
because I don't give perspective where it needs to go.
Yeah, if he goes vertically, he has a chance of the artwork dropping off on both sides.
Yes.
Most of the time, this is not an issue because he does a good job of ending it before it gets there.
Yes.
In both these cases, both of Kong's elbows went off the page, and I remember looking and going, how am I going to make this work?
Because the entire piece is so huge,
and in most cases when this happens, it's the characters are short enough where I got a little bit of playroom, like I can knock some stuff off the bottom if I need to. But when I was looking at this art, it's like, I need all the heights I can get. But it's going to make some of this go off the screen. So I decided, okay,
right
shoulders going, right elbows going off the screen. That's an easy one. And I remember this is that was like the littlest amount, so it was the easiest to take care of. The other one, I decided, well, he's going to be breaking through a brick wall, so I'm going to go online and find me a brick wall. So I found a brick wall and placed it. And it wasn't actually it was actually a solid thing. So I actually had to go in there and cut along the little edges of the grout of the bricks. And then lay it up there. It's like, does this look good? It doesn't. It's not a great bodge, but it kind of works.
It does.
It kind of works.
Yeah, that was a fun cover to work on. Another one,
especially since that was an idea we came up with on the recording of the show,
on the podcast.
Yeah.
Let's see, because also we were doing Spy Family on that one, so all the covers are mixes.
Well, all the ones that you do are mixes.
Yeah,
I don't. Sometimes I don't get the mix in there good, and I just kind of go with an idea and run with it.
Yeah. So one he's looking at, we did for the Song of the South. It's a Briar Patch. That one, if you go find it, if you go look for the cover art, that one is it's Shinji from Evangelion at the very last the last episode where he's smiling, but it's Brer Rabbit's head. That was a fun one. Let me think. Labyrinth, the Labyrinth cover. I'll be like, I totally forgot because you do so much of these things for over a year.
Yeah,
and I absolutely like looking back, it was like, oh my gosh, that was so freaking dark.
I don't disagree with your choice there, but I do remember when you sent me the artwork, my initial reaction was, why is there was no blood in Labyrinth?
Because there was blood in that episode.
But there was a lot of blood in the episode. It's like, I know what he's going for, but...
Yeah.
Is this really what we want on the album art? And if I'm just saying that comes up sometimes in my initial reaction.
It does.
And I have to let it sit there and grow on me for a little bit where I go, okay, yeah, that'll work.
So the one
Because most of the time, it's not like I haven't, I can say we're not doing that.
No.
Because in most cases, we're waiting on the artwork to release the episode.
Yes. So that oddly reminds me of another episode from another season. That would be, I think when we did Ninja Scroll. Be like, I did that one, and I sent you two versions of that.
Trying to find Ninja Scroll.
There it is.
There it is. Yeah, you sent me one that was just black and white, and then one with these splashes of red in the color. And I said, dude, we need the one with the splashes of red. That looks awesome.
Yeah, agreed. That was a fun one. Let me think. And
so I've got another one while you're thinking. Mm-hmm. I really liked the one that you did for where is it? I lost it.
you'll find it in a second.
Yeah, I'll find it in a second. And my brain just fried. Oh yeah, it's this one from Mars Needs Moms.
Oh my gosh!
Because hey, I don't like her. Any of the Martians.
Yeah,
that
no,
movie.
That was just
yeah, and
yeah.
especially the grandmother Martian, the ultra feminist Karen.
Oh yeah, Barry.
So I like your just giving the alien what for.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
And I do like your. I like your Ultraman Rising one. That's a good one too.
Yeah, that was fun.
With Anya riding along with Ultraman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, scroll back up.
Oh, I have to give special mention to Mad Balls.
Mad Balls, I love that one
because that is our first actual collaboration.
Yes, it
because
was.
I did the pencils on that one.
Yeah, he did the pencils. I did the digital. Mm-hmm. I did all the color.
Now I will say there was a little miscommunication on what we were doing with the ball.
Oh, okay.
Because when I had done the art pencils, I had tried to match the look of the ball character as much as I could. So he had like the red blood. He had the bloodshot eyes. He had the hair up here, the eyebrows here, and I thought he looked more menacing, much like the character does.
Right.
And then I get your artwork and I'm going, he looks like Gomez Adams. and he gave him, because my version didn't have the eyelids, and you put eyelids in there.
Yeah.
And so he's kind of like, he went from being crazy to being, from being on stimulants to being on downers. That's the only way I know how to depress it. That's the only way I know how to put that.
Oh my gosh! But yeah, there's so many covers that we did. The first one, correction, the first one I ever did digitally. We scroll back down. The
Tiny Toon Adventures.
Tiny Toon Adventures.
How I spent my summer vacation.
Yeah, that was the first one I did on my tablet with Procreate because I was like, I had no idea what I was doing. So I just took the skills I knew and how to do that and applied it. And yeah, Balto. I think Balto came out pretty good.
Balto came out good.
That was also kind of a collab because he had to do some.
I had to add some shadow in here because to make it not shadow, but some movement lines.
Yeah.
And I was remember you sent me that request, and I was going, how am I going to do this? Because this is a little beyond my skill level in terms of illustration. And so I'm looking at how things are done and go, oh, wait a minute, I can cheat. Mm-hmm. I literally took the image you had of the tail, copied it a couple times, and put a slight transparency on it so it looks like it's moving.
So funny story about that cover in particular. So me, Ashley, and her mom. This was before we got married. We were doing something in Dallas. We were doing pre-marriage stuff.
Yeah.
Like getting flowers. That was a fun experience. But so that morning, like it was a Sunday morning, and I got up early, like I normally do, because we were going to go to church with her cousin. So I get up and I'm working on this piece, and David walks by, which David's a great guy.
On which one? Or have you said it yet? Because that wouldn't have been Balto if it was pre-wedding.
Hold on, go back up.
because the wedding would have been around here, and that's up here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I think I was doing Tiny Toons, I think.
It'd still be after the wedding.
Okay, so it was after the wedding.
Yeah. Sorry, I just trying to make sure.
You're right.
Trying to make sure I had my timetable correct.
There again, that time frame between and then, like, before and after is a blur to me, and including Ashley.
So, it's a little bit of a blur to me too. The only reason I notice is I'm looking right here at the episodes and going, okay, yeah, these with Ashley's wedding colors are the hiatus. Yeah, I went to that much trouble on these background colors as I actually used her wedding colors.
Teal. So I remember my now cousin walked over. It's like, yeah, Jacob, I really enjoy your work, your art. It's really good, but I prefer your traditional over your digital. And it's like, fair enough. Fair enough. So
I will say, to a degree, I prefer the digital, but I am also being very selfish in that preference because it's a lot easier for me to cut your artwork out.
Yes, agree.
For the podcast.
That was a lot of learning.
Yeah.
So you go back down right there. Hold on. Stop. Go up. 1. Welcome to Doggy Hell. I absolutely loved working on that piece. That was such a fun piece because I had that in my head before. When we said search the Titanic, and I was like, ooh, that sounds like a good idea. So I sketched it out in the whole bit. There's a few. The last one I did before the wedding was I Like Trains, Galaxy Express.
Galaxy Express 999.
Yeah, that one be like I was literally, this was like days before the wedding, and I'm just trying to crank this out. And it's like, be like, what can I do that I'm not gonna spend a ton of time on? It's like, oh yeah, this is a skull.
Yeah, and that worked.
It worked.
I will toot my own horn for a couple of these. The one I did for the Arctic Giant is one I really like doing. It's
right.
Admittedly, I think I did a lot of tracing on that one, trying to try and get it, but I really like how it came out, even if I did have to kind of cut some of what I did out. And I do like what I did for Godzilla -1.
I agree.
Fun fact, it's hard to see, but you see right here where it says so cool and there's a little down arrow. If you look, there's one little pink dot.
Oh, that's supposed to be Anya.
Which is Anya. I was following it with the pattern of Nate Marchand episodes.
Oh my gosh.
Of mixing of Anya going so cool. but in order to keep it in scale with each other, Anya has to be really tiny.
Yeah, or also the cover that Paul
Powers.com did for the Hair in Hiatus.
Yeah, that was good.
And I really want to thank him for that. He did such a good job on that.
He did. Fantastic job.
Yeah, and between that and the Arctic Giant are the only ones I really like of the Hair in Hiatus ones. In terms of the album art.
I do have to say, be like the Jackalope Around and that will be like, I enjoy. I mean, like the artistic ability in that. Be like, I enjoy because it's nice proportion and it's all lined out. It looks great.
I needed to do some more shading on it.
Yeah. But that's I'll be like, as an artist, you're always gonna be like, why do you do this and this? I do that all the time. But
but it's hard when I'm comparing my work to your work.
Yeah.
And because I'm trying to say, I've got to match what he's doing because we want consistency. And you get my artwork, which is not quite on your level.
So scroll down 1, and then you have they'll probably
kill you anyway. I'm gonna go over all the episode titles.
No, like just like that cover. I'd be like, there again, that was like the deadline with the weddings coming up, and it was like that piece was just so much fun.
Last one I'm gonna bring up, and then we'll go through all the episodes that I did really like is and it was one I did, or no, it was one you did. It's this one of Anya as Batman.
Oh yeah, that was fun
for Code White.
Yeah, that was fun.
It's such a good one, and if you, I don't know if anyone notices, because that's the thing, you never notice if people notice what you do with the art.
Yeah,
a lot of times if it makes sense, I move the center of the what do you call that, the starburst?
Yeah, the burst.
I move it to different spots depending on what makes sense for the shot. So right there, I've got it coming. I've got her standing in front of the starburst because I thought it looked cool.
Yeah, I agree.
And I want to bring up one other one, and that is actually the one for a reaction to Sonic the Hedgehog.
I love that. I love it.
When the original so admittedly, this is a copy and paste one. And this is me deciding, okay, going forward when we do reactions, this is my template. Because I know I can find movie posters for the reactions fairly easy. Because a lot of times, I'm in a hurry on those episodes anyway. So I'm going through the movie posters and because Sonic the Hedgehog 3 put out all these Christmas movie parody ones. I'm going, okay, what works good for this?
Die Hard.
I thought of I looked at the Dr. Robotnik one with Christmas Vacation. Thought, okay, that's kind of cool. Sonic with glasses in the Christmas Story. I thought that's kind of cool, but it doesn't really fit the episode. Then Die Hard. And, I disagree about Die Hard being a Christmas movie. I don't fight people on it.
Fair.
But I disagree with that thought process. But good night. If this recreation does not fit Sonic the Hedgehog 3, it just looked perfect. It's like, I have to go with this.
Fair. So I think the last one I'm going to bring up, because it's one of the last ones we did for that year, was Turtle Soup would be preferable.
Yeah.
That was actually the Patreon art for that December.
Yeah, because you did that for that one.
I did that for that one, and it's like, you know what? Be like, just use that one because I think it works, even though the movie was absolute trash.
I'll agree. I'll give you that.
Yes. So I think that's the wrap of that.
So a couple quick. I do want to go ahead and read off all the titles from this year because I find that fun. We back up. I think it's. I got to go to page 3 here. Yes. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
I was going to say really quick. Shout out to all our special guests for last year.
Very special shout outs to
Dallas.
I do want a special shout out for Dallas and Celeste, Aaron Lowe,
yes,
Andy and Kirk, Nate Marchand, and Francisco and PaulJPowers.com for coming on specifically for the Heron hiatus, along with all the other episodes y'all came on for us. That was such a blessing for us.
You're not kidding.
I really do appreciate y'all coming on there.
Yeah, again, kind of like arcing back to that. So me and Ashley, we are in San Antonio, and Drew graciously sends me a clip file of the advice everybody gave, and it was very, very sweet. And we kind of made our own little, and I don't remember what episode that fell into.
It fell into, it was one of the ones y'all did when you got back.
Yeah.
I don't remember which one now off the top of my head.
Right.
But I did put it at the end of one of the episodes in the outro.
Where I do a reaction, I get Ashley to say something, which Ashley's not exactly comfortable in front of a microphone.
May have been how I spent my summer vacation, now that I think about it.
I think so. But also, like everybody who's been on Nate and Jake from Henshin Power V3.
Yes.
RD Steph for
Labyrinth.
Just stepping in like a champ and helping with that movie. Yes, thank you, RC.
Also want to give a shout out to Jake Hambrick and Chris Reiner, who were both going to be with Nate on the Dragon Ball Super Broly episode, but unfortunately schedules did not allow for that. We will get both of y'all back again.
Yes,
after that for another episode. Believe me. Especially if things go the way I think they're going to go. And of course, definitely want to give a big special thanks to all our Culture Box guys. I know I just mentioned a bunch of them already, but really big special thanks to y'all for giving us assistance when we needed it.
Yes,
and among other things, I'm trying to remember who else was on it as a guest. Because I know we pulled Nate a lot, and I think he was the bulk, not intentionally.
Yeah. No, he wasn't.
Also want to give special thanks to the Edwin Gonzalez.
Yes.
Nate Marchand again.
And Wendy and Primo.
Wendy and Primo, and That's Our Bobo for your patron episodes.
Yes.
Really do thank y'all for that, and hope we get y'all back again.
Yes.
Any other ones?
Not that I know of. And again, to our fans who, which is probably all those people and more, who either they listen, they download, or like Heather Morgan, who will send me news information, which I'm probably going to get with her about something. And
any of y'all who just go ahead and download the episode and suggest us to your friends and families and such, we really do thank you for that.
Yes, agreed.
I can't tell you how much I thank you for listening to us.
Agreed. 6 years.
6 years. I'm still having a hard time believing that we've been doing this for 6 years.
Yeah, it's been a blessing. It's definitely something. Yeah.
And I want to throw another big shout out to Book of Gaming, who was a supporter for a good long time
Yes.
on the show.
Yes.
But unfortunately, eventually had to step out. He's coming back for that episode though.
Oh, okay.
So
Gotcha. Yeah, I think that's it.
yeah, so I'm going to very quickly just go through the names of all our episodes that we did this year because these
Okay.
are I love these
Some
subtitles
are
we
very
come
funny.
up with.
Yes.
She went to Jareth for Labyrinth.
Wow.
You Owe Me a Cape, 9.
9.
More Than Meets the Eye, the Transformers the movie rewind. Beauty and the Bowser. for
I
the
came up with that one.
Yeah, for the Super Mario Brothers movie. Cat Got Your Tongue for A Cat in Paris.
Yes.
The Briar Patch for Song of the South. I chose that one because at the time I was afraid we might get backlash, and so it felt like much like Brer Rabbit, I was being thrown into the Briar Patch.
Yes.
So I thought I'm going to use the Briar to quote Commander Riker from one of my least favorite Star Trek movies. I'm going to use the Briar Patch the way Brer Rabbit did.
That is a weird movie.
That's a lot of orange juice from
my-
the end of Evangelion.
Oh my gosh.
The name that had been picked out for 6 years.
Yes, it was.
6-pack pecs. The Mighty Kong.
Oh,
That was
yes.
Nate requested that
Yes,
title.
yes, he did.
And then I misspelled it the first time. Vengeance is Served. Kung Fu Panda 2. Dueling Anyas from Anastasia.
Anastasia.
The Horse is a Surprise. The Road to El Dorado.
Oh, yeah.
They'll Probably Kill You Anyway. Fire Breather.
Yes.
Zaslav! Unproduced animated movies.
Yes.
Darth Vader from the planet Vulcan.
Yes.
Back to the Future.
Great Scots.
I like trains.
Galaxy Express 999.
Ah.
Is the War Over? Godzilla -1.
Oh, my gosh, yes.
Of Maestros and Chronos. Musical Maestro Chrono Trigger Attract Screen. Hair and Hiatus Part 1.
Nice, thank you.
Proto-Godzilla. Superman the Arctic Giant. Hair and Hiatus Part 2.
Gracias.
Jackalopin' Around. Lava and Bounden. Hair and Hiatus Part 3. Except Cookies. Snack Attack. Hair and Hiatus Part 4.
Nice.
Style and Substance. DC Nations, The Batman of Shanghai, and Wonder Woman, Hair and Hiatus Part 5.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Remember It. X-Men 97.
Oh, my gosh.
Season 1.
Yes, oh, my gosh.
The box look is in Tiny Toon Adventures, How I Spent My, Summer Vacation.
They spent an entire year doing
Yes.
this.
Maybe a Wolf Can. Balto.
Yes.
Ultra Family. Ultraman Rising.
That was a good episode.
Not exactly having a ball. The Mad Balls.
Oh, my gosh. That was a weird one.
Welcome to Doggy Hell, In Search of Titanic. Bad movie month.
Yes.
The broccoli was poisonous? Mars Needs Moms.
That sounds like my wife most of the days. I mean, like, these broccolis.
Why do you think I chose that line?
Yes. Yes.
Ready, aim, tickle! Raggedy Ann and Andy, a musical adventure. Till all are Transformers 1. Pull the switch! Igor. I'm sort of a wolf myself. Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein. Into the air, zombie birdmen! Mad Monster Party.
Yes.
Don't ever piss her off. Blood, the Last Vampire. Your flags fly again. The Wind Rises.
Yes.
Inspiration unlocks the future. The Wind Rises. Sorry,
No.
I said your flags fly again is from Up on Poppy Hill.
Yes.
Inspiration unlocks the future is The Wind Rises.
Yes.
The original Moon Princess. The Tale of Princess Kaguya.
Yes.
We'll do this as a family. Spy Family Code White.
Yeah.
Turtle soup would be preferable. We wish you a turtle Christmas.
You're not kidding.
No such thing as a friendly ghost. Sonic the Hedgehog 3. It's silly, but I believe. Miracle on 34th Street, 1947.
Yes.
Just take the pudding. Dragon Ball Z, Battle of Gods. What's this? Super Saiyan with blue hair dye? Dragon Ball Z, Resurrection F. Broly, call me Kakarot. Dragon Ball Super, Broly. And lastly, Piccolo, you stink at driving. Dragon Ball Super, superhero.
Oh my gosh, the lyrical puns just of the last few had been amazing. But like, don't get me wrong, but like there are some good ones.
If
the last ones are like, okay, this is good.
Sometimes I will come up with something that just kind of fits. A lot of times, what I do is I just pull a quote, and it's a quote that kind of just sums everything up.
Yeah, agreed.
And sometimes I just don't have much of a choice, and so I go with something. And I'll admit, most of Dragon Wary was that.
Yes.
Though I can tell you, Broly called me Kakarot. That's a send up to the original Broly
You
film.
are not Kakarot. It's like, wait,
Yeah.
It's like, hold on, but like, whoa, wait, time out. This entire premise of the film is like he became a psychopath because Kakarot wouldn't shut up when he was a baby. What?
So, all-time statistics. Here are our top 10 most downloaded episodes of the Cellcast.
Nice.
Chicken Run. I don't want to be up high with 416 downloads.
Wow.
Everybody wants to be a cat.
Mm-hmm.
The Aristocats with 457 downloads.
And it's a freaking loony virus.
That's the next one. Loony Virus. What's Opera Doc? Kill the Wabbit, kill the Wabbit, kill the Wabbit. With 490 episodes. It's terror time again.
Yeah.
Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island
that movie.
with 597 points.
Wow.
Downloads. Downloads, whatever.
There we go.
I do not say blah, blah, blah. Hotel Transylvania with 608. The Bare Necessities Aren't Toilet Paper. The Jungle Book, 702 downloads. Are you aching for some bacon? The Lion King with 705 downloads. Mary the Mole from Thumbelina.
Oh my god.
Still can't believe this is number 3.
This is three?
This is number 3.
3. What the?
With 1,919 downloads.
Thank you, but whoa. But the number one, it's like, okay, that's
Okay, number
Go
2.
ahead.
Once you meet someone, you never really forget them. Spirited Away with 2,910 downloads.
Wow.
And number 1, The Girls and Boys of Rock and Roll. The Chipmunk Adventure.
Oh my gosh.
With 3,939 downloads as of January 31st, 2025.
Wow.
I thank each and every one of you for downloading any of our episodes.
Yes.
We appreciate it. We do
word.
not deserve it.
No.
And I'm not just being humble there. We are just two guys having fun on Friday night.
Exactly. I think one person said it was like they dropped a review. I think it was in iTunes or in like the podcast, the like iTunes podcast. It was more just like two guys who were just like having fun and just enjoying films. They know the craft and the whole bits. But yeah, it's just, this has been a fun ride, and for how long God allows this this venture to go on, or whatever you want to call it, I'm grateful for every moment. So yeah, thank you, and thank you, Drew, for putting up with me, and probably vice versa.
Yeah, definitely vice versa. Thank you for putting up with me, dude.
Yes. Yeah,
I know I'm a handful.
Yeah.
So yeah, next week, like we said, we're going to be reviewing Titan AE along with Prophecy of Doom and Joker's Favor on our next episode, or of Batman the Animated Series on our next episode with Nate Marchand. Join us next week for that. We are coming to the end of this episode, guys. Once again, thank y'all for listening.
Thank you.
We will we enjoy doing this, and we're glad y'all enjoy listening to us.
Yes.
But in the meantime, this has been Drew.
This is Jacob.
And we'll catch you
In the next frame.
To follow Jacob and Drew's individual internet exploits, check out the Linktree links in the show notes. You can email us at thecellcastpodcast@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter or X @cast_cell. Follow our Facebook page, The Cellcast Podcast, and join our Facebook group, The Cell Nation, our YouTube channel, Cellcast, and our Rumble channel, the Cellcast Gaming. You can join us every Friday night at 7 p.m. Central for our live recordings of our episodes on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, and Rumble. You can also join Drew on those same streaming channels on Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. Central for gaming streams. You can listen to our podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or anywhere else fine podcasts can be downloaded from. Please rate and review us where you found us. Our theme song is Drop and Roll by Silent Partner. Our bad movie theme is It's Party Time by Gregory Snegoff, with additional audio from the film Titanic: The Legend Goes On, and remember, that's Cell with a single L.
It's been a good 6 years, Jacob, and I'm looking forward to a seventh.
Absolutely. Now, if we had a power up with that one, been amazing. Live and learn,
Hanging on the edge of tomorrow. Live and learn from the works of yesterday. Live and learn. If you fail or if you borrow,
We're gonna get a comedy strike.
You can never find your way.
Please don't sue us.
Wow, yeah.
Rah.
Pay Johnny.
Yeah, pay Johnny.